Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Pre-game show brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Welcome into Becker Field here in Wilmington as we get set for the first game of the 2014 high school football campaign. Sandwich and Wilmington getting set to go at it here in just a little bit. In case you're wondering why we are so late getting on the air, the JV game literally just ended. 27-6 the win for Wilmington. So the Cats start off the JV schedule on the right foot with a 27-6 win over Sandwich here tonight. That game literally just ended. So we haven't even started the clock for pregame or anything yet. And the varsity game is supposed to start in 1 minute.
Well, the first half of the game went fairly right on time. It was 14-6 at halftime. But the second half kind of drug along a little bit. They had a lot of long plays, and it took a little more time to get the game done, but we're ready to go now.
Yep, Sandwich and Wilmington will shake hands at the 50-yard line, and once that's all said and done and we have the coin toss, then we will start the clock for the warm-up time for varsity. So we're looking at probably about 25 minutes or so until kickoff here tonight. Wilmington familiar in some areas and not so in others. The Cats will return almost all of their skill position players from last year, or at least a lot of them. The offensive and defensive line, however, is going to be somewhat different. So Coach Reintz will give you the full rundown. Matter of fact, he gave us all the starters on offense, all the starters on defense, talked a little bit about the I-8 as a whole, gave us about a 10-minute interview, which we're going to get into here in just a few minutes, as we will each and every week here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Of course, during Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, we'll have our interview with Coach Reintz. And then in the post-game show, brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Treby, we will have another interview with Coach Reintz. So we'll kind of bookend it here tonight at the beginning and the end. So actually, pretty nice night for football. It's
a beautiful night. We had a shower a little bit earlier, and it made the thing steamy, but now it's kind of cooled off. Very pleasant, and the wind is just barely blowing now.
Although it's blowing just hard enough and at just the right angle that it took down our sign already.
It sure did.
That thing bit the dust. It wasn't even up there 20 minutes. I think it's going to be full-on insanity here tonight. We have fireworks set to go off in the distance here in just a little bit. We also have the cannon in the end zone. They're back here tonight. So full-on pregame insanity, as I like to call it, just about set to get underway. Sandwich wins the toss. They will defer. We'll see what Wilmington elects to do here. Still discussing over which way both teams want to go, and I think we finally have the decision. Looks like Wilmington will receive, and they will be playing from right to left in the first quarter tonight. So Sandwich will get the football to start the second half. Wilmington will get it to start the opening kickoff here tonight in just about 25 minutes or so. I know I said that a few minutes ago, but we're still short of actually having this clock running for our pregame warm-up. Well, a big thank you to our sponsors this year, as we do each and every year. We'll give you that full list. Our Wilmington Wildcats Weekly sponsor is Breezer Construction Company. Our halftime sponsor tonight is Warren's Collision Center over there in Braidwood. Post-game show tonight brought to you by ACN Representative Pete Treby. And our archive sponsor this year, brand new archive sponsor, Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria takes over that archive spot. That's why you'll see their link and their logo and everything. Whenever you go to look at a game from the past, you'll see Ricchetti's logo. Big thank you to Danny and everybody over at Ricchetti's for stepping up and taking over the archive spot this year. We'll have that up there for you for the rest of this year. The rest of our sponsors here tonight. Wilmington Catbackers meet every Wednesday at 7 over at Tuffy's, Teresa's Styling Salon in what I still call the AAI Plaza. Although
always be that to us.
Best Busy Bees, Quigley Technology Services. As a matter of fact, I had to call Quigley Technology Services tonight to figure out what was going on with our broadcast stream. And we think we've got everything figured out tonight. So Quigley Technology Services, also Phelan Acres Bible Church, joining us as a sponsor once again this year. So a big thank you to all of our sponsors here tonight. Without them, we cannot bring you Wilmington Wildcats football each and every week. And I know stations come and go. They're here for the playoffs. They're here for, let's say, next week's game against Coal City. 18 radio stations will be out there. We're the only ones here tonight. We'll be the only ones here a few other weeks during the season. We're the only ones to bring you every single game. So thanks for all of our loyal listeners sticking with us over the years. Matter of fact, we've grown in listenership despite more and more stations coming on and doing some coverage. So a big thank you to all of you for sticking with us over the last 8 or 9 years. We still have not begun the pregame countdown clock, but we will get to Coach Reintz's interview here momentarily. We'll take our first break of the 2014 season. When we come back, our near 11-minute interview with Coach Jeff Reintz to kick off the 2014 season. We'll do that in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900. Back here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, joined now by head coach Jeff Reintz. And, well, Coach, we've come and gone through a whole another summer, and it seems like things have flown by a little bit here, and we're back for football. And what might be a new-look sandwich team tonight, but first and foremost, how did things go this summer in preparation for getting things started here in the football season?
You know, everything went really well. We had great attendance in the weight room. Our numbers are still good. I mean, we're right around 85, 88 kids. So for a school our size, we're really happy with those numbers. We've had a real good deal or a situation with our 7-on-7s. Kids did well there with our weightlifting tournament. We had a real good we just got second place to Coal City, but our kids put up some really good weight. So it's been a fast summer. We had good camp, though, and good attendance. So the preseason's flying by here, and we're ready to play a ball game.
Well, we just talked to campbackers about extending the practice schedule, I think, by 2 practices this year and getting 3 full weeks of practice. And that doesn't sound like a lot to most people, getting 2 extra practices. How much difference does that make?
Well, it does. It does for us with the coaches. We gave them a little bit more time off in the summer just to get away from football for a little bit because we knew we had a couple more days. To a coach, you can't have enough time, but to a kid, to practice for 3 weeks, they've had enough, and it's time to play. So I think it's okay. I think, with the safety issue, I think it's good to have a few more days of hitting in so the kids are more used to it. But it's time for football now, and we're through our 3 weeks, so we're ready to play.
Speaking of safety and hitting and all the safety issues that have come now, not only through the NFL, but through college and now down into the high school level, what's different this year? I know we've seen penalty flags in these NFL preseason games to the point that people don't even want to watch them anymore. What kind of differences are we going to see in kind of emphasis on calls this year?
Yeah, I think they have a lot more emphasis on what they call targeting, which means somebody that hits a player who leads with their head, especially if their head is down, they're going to call that, and they could eject a player for that. And also for a defenseless player, meaning a player is behind a play 20, 30 yards, and another kid hits that particular player without him even seeing him coming. That's classified a defenseless player, and they can't protect themselves, and that you're going to see a lot of flags concerning that.
I know it's difficult to kind of reteach everybody since it's been all the way since pee-wees all the way up through the high school level, hitting and then trying to reteach. I know the heads-up football thing is a big thing now, but for me, there's been a large advancement in technology and the way that they can kind of deal with concussions and all that. I know the new thing was Governor Quinn signing a law where everybody's got to be tested and all that kind of stuff. So how has that gone with your whole staff?
It's gone really well. I think, first off, state-wise, every coach has to pass a concussion test, so they have knowledge of what's going on with the player that might have a concussion. Now every team has a trainer on their sideline, and so for a player to get back into the game, it's got to go through that trainer, a trained person, to put them back in the game. And something new that we've gone to this year is a computer kind of memory test where, let's say, they did a base test, obviously where the player is fully capable, everything's all healthy, and so they go through this test and they have to remember these 3 numbers that flash in front of them. They have to remember these 3 words that flash in front of them, and so it's like a memory test. And then if you do get yourself a situation where you do have a concussion, your reaction to those things are slower, and so that shows up on the computer. And until you can pass that the way you were before, and I know it's kind of a goofy deal,
Right.
but through technology and the studying that they've done, they go, that's how you need to figure out if they're back. And so for us, let's say if you have a concussion, you have to first be all done with the concussion symptoms, with any concussion symptom, and then you have 5 days of running, and then a little more running the next day, and then practice without a helmet, then practice with the helmet. If you can get through those 5 days, you're back in. And so it's so far from when I played
Right.
of, hey, how you feeling? Okay, great, go play. You know, and so I think there's been some great advancement that way.
Well, and who would have thought? I know the thought now is that Wes Welker, is he going to play or not in the NFL, because he's had 2 or 3 concussions in the last year. You would have never heard that, even 10 years ago.
Right.
3 concussions in a year. Oh, I'm good to go. I'll just go back out there. Now here talk about people retiring after 2 or 3 concussions and getting them successive. I think that's what everybody's worrying about is not getting one right after you just had one.
I think you hit it right on the head, and I think that's what everybody's trying to do. I know with the kids that we've had concussions with, I know every one of them have set out the next game, just to precautionary, because somebody's going to get a concussion in football. And the numbers aren't dramatic that way. Boy, you really don't want to give them the second one in a year in a season. And when you're talking about Wes Welker, now he's really got to make a decision. Now we're 3 or 4.
Right.
And so, but I just like the way we're doing things now. We're a lot more careful with what we're doing.
Well, football-wise, the I-8 gets rolling again. We saw the large school division be, who knows, last year. You never knew week to week who was going to win anything. The small school division was a little more predictable. But with the realignment of the conference, with Dwight leaving, Streeter comes in, it drops Herscher down to the small school division. Where do you see things kind of stacking up between small and large divisions?
Oh, I think small division-wise, I think Herscher is the team to really look at. I think they had a lot of juniors play last year, and they have a sophomore group coming up that has a lot of playing, or had very good success at the sophomore level. Seneca got to the quarterfinals last year, or to the second round, but they played Aurora Christian very tough, and that was their first time in the playoffs in many years. So how do they react to that? I'm sure their program's going to build up because of that. We got a new coach in Lyle. We got a new coach at Braidwood. Now you throw in Otto up at Westmont, and you put all that together, and you're in for a great year that way. Oh, then we'll throw in the big division where you have your, we're starting off with Sandwich with the new coach. The Kohlers are always going to be the Kohlers. They're going to be a great program. What a game that's going to be for us, our second game. But I think Mantino right now has got the edge. I think they got a lot of skilled kids back, so we're looking to see. I'll be anxious to see who comes out on top there.
It's also interesting too with the realignment. Everything goes along with that. That the first 2 weeks are kind of freed up to play who you want, and then kind of going through all the teams in the I-8 and seeing who chose to play who in the off weeks.
Well, I think that was interesting. We couldn't get anybody outside of the conference of legit size to play us.
Right.
We had a lot of bigger schools, but we do have, I know, 2 schools. I think it's Westmont and Lyle. I think one's playing Aurora Central Catholic, and one's playing Chicago Christian. You got Plano playing Yorkville as a first game, and I think everybody else is still conference, but at least you kind of have a gauge of people outside the conference.
Right.
What was their score? Okay, now how are they doing in their league? And back 12, 15 years ago, we used to play a Piatone that wasn't in our conference. Well, we would see how they would do, and how and so you kind of had a better feel for how you were statewide. So I'm anxious to see how that goes.
And then finally tonight, how about just a quick rundown on some of the key guys in your team and kind of how you look on offense and defense?
Yeah, we got about halfback on both sides. A lot of the same kids, though. I mean, let's go offense first. You got Mason back, Southall back at quarterback, Nick Williams back at a wing. The bad part last year was we lost Mr. Zalomi for some of the year, but then Nick Hawkins came in, and we saw how good he could be. He got valuable experience, and he's back. We have a young man that transferred from Dwight over to our place, Gavin Hawks. His dad played for us 20 years ago, and so he's with him, and it looks like he's going to get that fullback spot, which we're really happy about. Alex Zalomi has gone to end, which he's put on about 10 pounds, and he's about 200 pounds right now, so a big target, about 6'3". And Joe Mann's back at the other end, where he played all last year. Kyle Davis is back at a guard. And now the other 4 spots on the line are very green. Vince Swift went from an end to a guard. He's battling Angelo Castaneri for a guard spot. Our center's a junior in Ben Studer. We have a tackle in Brian Boswell, and Kyle Hall is the other tackle. So if we're pretty green there. So how mature can we get, and how quick can that gel is the key for offense? Now on defense, some of the same names. Joe Mann's back at middle linebacker. Zalomi's back at safety. Mason's back at safety. Austin Hedrick, who returned punch for us last year and got a lot of DB time, he's going to be starting at a spot. The Hawks kid is going to come back and play some corner. And we had a new kid move in from Indiana, Jordan Sarr, and he has impressed us a lot at the cornerback spot. Came from a wide open offense, played a lot of pass, and so we've really liked him. Derek Kirchner's back at an outside linebacker. Mason DeLangel's back at a D lineman spot. And the Kyle Davis kid now, we feel he's good enough to play both ways. He's going to play some D lineman for us. And also Vince Swift's going to play an outside linebacker for us. Jake Capwell's playing a linebacker spot, junior. Let's see how he does as he steps in. And Hawkins will be playing some linebackers. So a lot of the same names. I do think we have some kids that can spell these guys on Friday, which is going to be huge because, you're not quite in shape the way you want to be. You won't be until you get through your games.
Right.
But very good group of seniors.
One more quick thing. I know it's supposed to be, as of right now, pretty warm on Friday. They're talking upper 80s.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or any talk of mandatory water breaks or anything like that?
You know what? Not yet. The referees will make that call when we get there. It's how humid is it? Today was only 80, but it was really humid. And so we'll see about that. I'll be honest. They're calling for storms. I went through storms last year in the first game. We all did.
Did we?
Yeah. And so let's play on Friday and be done with it. But we're looking forward to it. Hopefully we can get the game in. And if it's a little warm, well, that's the first game of the season. It's going to be warm, and the kids have worked hard, so we're ready to play ball.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you in the postgame.
All right. Hey, thanks.
That's Coach Jeff Fraintz joining us here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Pre-game show rolls on here momentarily from Becker Field in Wilmington, Illinois, as the Sandwich Indians come in to take on the Wilmington Wildcats. Back here in just a moment, you're listening to the Christian Internet Sports Network. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. This is Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Just about 6 minutes away from opening kick here tonight. There's a band out on the field, and actually a much larger band than they've had in the last few years. Good to see some encouragement to be out in the band and be involved in music here at Wilmington.
I love the bands in the game. There goes that cannon. But I love the bands in the game. It's nice to see a large band at Wilmington now.
Well, as Coach talked about, the large school division of the I-8 is a little more wide open than the small school division is. But again, each and every year, you never really know what you're going to get until you get the season underway. And even sometimes then, you can go 2 or 3 weeks and still not know what you're going to get.
Yeah, we've been surprised at a number of different times what's showing up after 3 or 4 weeks. Sometimes the team you think is really going to shine doesn't, and then it'll be some team come up from the back and take over.
Well, the cannon's gone off in the end zone a couple of times as he gets set for football here tonight. A little bit different Sandwich look than what we've seen in the past.
Yes.
Sandwich has always been run, run, run. That wing T formation last year didn't pass the ball hardly ever, a couple times a game. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. We saw in the Fresh-Off game, they run a big spread offense, put trips receivers out there, 3, 4, 5 receivers at a time. Doesn't mean they won't run the ball, but the days of, hey, lining it up in the wing T and just running it at you over and over and over, that's done. It's gone. It's a new-look Sandwich lineup, and who knows? I don't even think they know what to expect tonight.
It's just going to depend on their skilled position players, how good they really are. To run that spread offense, you've got to have some good receivers. You got to have a good quarterback.
Well, and Wilmington will have a lot of their skill positions back. We heard Coach Reins talk about the line is very green. All the skill positions seem to be very experienced, so we'll see how that goes tonight. We got a lot of guys who played a lot of minutes last year. We'll see how that translates to this year. And in just about 4 minutes, we'll find out how this is going to go.
You got the new young man transferred here they moved here from Indiana. What is he going to be in a fullback position?
I think I had that mixed up. I think he's going to be playing a defensive back position. Hawks is at fullback this year, they moved Zalomi to an end instead of playing a running back position. He had a little bit of injury problems last year, and he's a bigger kid this year, so they went ahead and moved him to end. So
it's going to be interesting. Wilmington should have a lot of firepower.
All right, let's take ourselves one more break. We'll come back. We'll get this thing underway. It's 2014 version of Wilmington Wildcats football, and it starts in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly here on the Christian Internet Sports Network, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reins goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Wilmington Wildcats Weekly coming to a close here, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. We're down about 1:15 to go before we'll get this thing underway tonight. The sound system is going all kinds of haywire here at Becker Field, so I don't know if we're going to get the traditional entrance music or any of that stuff. I think it's just kind of all over the place right now.
They were just talking about the bells are going to be sounding, so I think they've got it back.
Well, hopefully that's the case. Boy, we have a gigantic run-through from the goal line all the way to the 50-yard line. Members of the National Guard are here tonight. Also, there's the cannon
Oh, yeah,
in
don't
the
forget
end
about the
zone. We got
cannons.
fireworks set to go off. We got a good, I don't know, 10 or 12 Harleys in the end zone, revving things up and about ready to get things started here tonight. And nothing like a game of Wilmington, that's for sure.
Oh, here goes the bells.
Well, motorcycles will rev it up in the end zone, and there's got to be a couple thousand people here tonight. Real nice crowd for opening night.
Yep. Wilmington's got to be pleased. Here we go.
Now the Cats come down through the woods, and for the first time in 2014, the Wilmington Wildcats will run through the Harleys, run through that 50-yard long run-through, and get set for football tonight. Fireworks going off beyond the baseball field. There goes the cannon as well.
Wow.
As we get set for football Wilmington style, here to open up the 2014 high school football campaign. Cats will be in those purple uniforms with white helmets. And Sandwich will be in all white uniforms with their black helmets and the familiar orange numbers, letters, and trim. Earlier tonight, Sandwich won the toss. They deferred. Wilmington will receive to start the opening quarter here, going right to left tonight. Those of you just joining us here, welcome in. Game number 1 of the 2014 Wilmington Wildcats season. Hope it's a good one. We open up here tonight with Sandwich, then on the road at Coal City next week. Boy, nothing like jumping.
Second game of the year. Oh, my.
It's going to be an interesting year. Part of me thinks, okay, there's so many skill position players coming back. Everything should be fine. Then you go, hey, they lost the entire line. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out here tonight. A couple of new players on this Wilmington roster as well. Jordan Saar, a 5'5", 151-pound senior, will be on special teams tonight and also play defensive back for the Cats. He's a transfer student from Indiana. The new fullback this year for Wilmington is going to be Gavin Hawks, a 5'8", 167-pound senior. He'll get the start at fullback tonight. Nick McWilliams will get the start at one wingback. And the other wing back will be Nick Hawkins.
Remember that year that Wilmington had nose tackle was 135-pounder?
I remember that all too well.
I looked down through it, and it's 281, 262, 272, 272, 235, 241. Wow.
All right, Thomas Saida, the 5'6", 145-pound junior, has it teed up for Sandwich, kicking off left to right here tonight. And we have everything blown dead before they can even approach to get the kick off. It looks like Austin Hedrick back deep for the Cats on the near side. And that will come to Hedrick down at the 5-yard line. Drops it, picks it up to the 10, 15, out to the 20, has a hole, 25, all the way out to the 28-yard line. Before he's tackled on the play by Austin Smith. Wilmington will start first and 10 here tonight. Mason Southall will lead the attack for the Cats. Mason Southall, his second year starting at quarterback for Wilmington. As we mentioned, McWilliams and Hawkins will be your wingbacks. Hawks will be at fullback tonight. Zlomi has now moved to an end position, so Alex Zlomi no longer a running back as he moves to an end. And a whole bunch of new faces on that offensive line. As we heard Coach Raints talk, and Ben Swift had to move into a guard position, and it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks here. Under center, Southall. Handoff comes near side. McWilliams across the 30, out to about the 33-yard line. Nick McWilliams, the 5'10", 183-pound senior on the carry, picks up 5 yards. Good chunk on first down. It'll bring up second down and 5. And, of course, we have no idea what to expect out of Sandwich going to their spread offense here tonight.
This is going to be totally different. Yeah, totally different.
Boy, I love it when football season rolls around. Watched a bunch of college football last night. Boy, who would have thought Texas A&M was going to roll South Carolina?
That was unbelievable.
Double wing again, second and 5 for the Cats from the 33. McWilliams again. Boy, there is nowhere to go. I mean, absolutely nowhere. Might have lost a couple of yards.
Even right, the three Indians, man, there was nowhere.
Looked like Jason Howell, 6'2", 260-pound defensive lineman, stacks things up. A loss of a yard will bring up third down and 6 for the Cats. Back to their own 32-yard line. Well, Mason more than likely thrown into a passing down here early. We'll see how the Cats deal with this. 2 receivers to the near side. I'll make that 1. This is Zalomi to the near side. Shotgun formation for Southall and the Cats. Hawkins to his left, and the play clock down to 3 seconds, and Wilmington will burn a timeout. Well, that's definitely not something the Cats wanted to do because Coach Reitz wanted to keep his early timeouts to adjust on defense depending on what Sandwich is going to do. So pretty sure Barry is not too pleased with having to use timeout this early tonight, but so be it. 10:40 to go, opening quarter. No score between Wilmington and Sandwich. Some interesting games going on around the area tonight. Coal City is over at Reed Custer. And I believe that game tied at 7 in the first quarter. Can that be right? Wow.
Really?
Piatone up on Lyle, 7-0. That also in the first quarter. Plano and Yorkville are in a rain delay, storm delay. Yorkville up 13-0 on Plano. Boy, Yorkville,
really?
The Foxes getting off to a fast start here tonight. And Westmont up on Chicago Christian, 21-0.
You're kidding me.
All right.
All right.
The Cats, 3rd down and 6 for Wilmington. Out of the timeout, handoff goes right side. This is Nick Hawkins, tries to cut it back up the middle across the 35. Out to the 38-yard line, I believe. It'll be a little bit short of a first down. Bring up 4th down and a yard, a gain of 5 for Hawkins, and a good stop for the Sandwich defense to begin things.
Well, that's your Sandwich. That's exactly what you want to do. Limit them to 3 and out, and put your highly rated or whatever it is, imaginative offense to work and see what they can do.
And, of course, for Wilmington, it's going to take a quarter or two to realize what you have, what you need to adjust to, who needs the football, and how Sandwich is going to play it. So it might start a little slow here for the first quarter or two.
Nobody got the play clock going for some reason.
Well, the punt here off the foot of Derek Kirchner, who did the punting duties last year. Boy, nice little roll. Hit at the 35. Will roll all the way down to the 25. And picked up there by Jordan Saar. 9:42 to go in the first. No score. Sandwich will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. The Indians will have their brand new look spread offense here tonight. And the impossible-to-read numbers, the orange numbers on a white jersey, which does not make our job any easier. Kyle Rogers will get to start at quarterback. Handoff goes up the middle, nothing doing there to the fullback. That was Cody Randa on the carry. Randa, 5'11", 190-pound senior. Now they go in a little bit of a hurry-up mode. Out of the shotgun. And we got a whistle and flags all over the place. Dead ball false start on Sandwich. So back it up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Indians. Again, Rogers out of the gun. Looks left side. Whoa, he's sacked! Back at the 10-yard line. And did he get blown up? Fumble on the play. Joe Mann picks it up. He goes into the end zone. And did they mark him down? They must have. Holy cow, you want to talk about a hit. Alex Lomi absolutely lit up Rogers. I mean, completely depleted him right up the middle. It's now 3rd down and about 27 to go. Out of the gun, Rogers fires over the middle, incomplete, and 3 and out for the Indians in what was a disaster of a first 3 downs for Sandwich. I was surprised Rogers got up. I mean, he was absolutely smoked. Barely got the snap from center out of the shotgun, and Zalomi had depleted him. The ball came loose, but apparently he was down first. And now the Indians will get set to punt it away from their own end zone. They went backwards about 18 yards. Punt out of the end zone, straight up in the air. Short kick, hits at the 38, bounces sideways, will be down at the 43-yard line of Sandwich, and that's where Wilmington will take over 1st and 10. Boy, what a job by Wilmington defensively to get this thing started. And I'm going to tell you something. You don't want to be hit full speed by Alex Lomi. That kid is built like a fire truck.
Yeah, he's put on 2 pounds, and he's, what is he, 6'2" or 6'3"?
He's about 6'3", 200 pounds, and I'm here to tell you, that's a solid 200 pounds. He's a big kid.
Yeah, they had him listed starting of the year at 6'2", 198, and he's put on 10 pounds, they said. So he must be around 208 or something.
Well, apparently Coal City and Reed Custer are in a weather delay.
Really?
For a lightning in the area. Double wing for the Cats. 1st and 10 from officially the 44. Sandwich handoff goes right side. This is Hawkins. Tried to break away. Goes nowhere. In fact, no gain. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. Matter of fact, I thought I saw a little bit of cloud lightning just a moment ago here. So 2nd and 10 for the Cats. So far, nothing doing offensively for Wilmington. Now, of course, when you're talking about a really young offensive line, they had to replace 4 of the guys on the offensive line this year. It's going to take a while. This isn't going to be an automatic run to the fences. 2nd and 10, double wing, dropping back Southall, rolls near side, looking downfield, trying to keep it, and he's sacked back in midfield. I don't know what in the world happened there, but Southall just ran, right into him.
Right smack into him, yeah.
That was sacked by Kyle Einer, 6 foot, 200-pound linebacker, and now Wilmington's going backwards.
He had all kinds of time to throw. He could have thrown it away. Could have thrown it over here to the sideline.
Well, it'll bring up 3rd down and 17 for Wilmington. Of course, anytime you get first game of the year, the defense is always going to be at an advantage because the offense has to figure out how to play against a live defense and what's going to work. The defense just has to go tackle people. I mean, you have to stay at your gaps in your assignments, but it becomes much simpler for the defense. 3rd down and 17, double wing for the Cats back at their own 48. Southall chops back to pass again. Looking down the middle of the field, fires deep and way overshoots the intended receiver. That's Alex Zalomi. And Wilmington will be forced to punt.
That was good defense. He was with him stride for stride. He managed to get almost a stride on him by the time the ball got out there, but it was overthrown by at least 5 yards.
I got a funny feeling tonight we're going to have a weather delay before too long. A bunch of schools around here are in a weather delay, and they have not called it here yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. Kirchner getting set to punt it away. Snap back to Kirchner at the 40. Line drive kick. Wow, a beauty. Back to the 10. Takes a bounce at the 5. Picked up there. Across the 10 comes the returner to the 15, out to the 20. And that's where Sandwich will start 1st and 10. Trying to get an eye on who was returning the football. I believe it was Zach Dabbert, 5'9", 145-pound junior. Sandwich in those white uniforms and orange numbers makes it awfully difficult to kind of make out what's going on. 6:46 to go in the first, no score, and the officials call a timeout here. I believe this is the good old mandatory water break. Well, let's take one as well. A quick break. 6:46 to go in the first, no score. Sandwich will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 22. When we come back, you're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Zach Dabbert on the reception for Sandwich. A gain of about 3 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and close to 7. Handoff goes left side to Mark Ladinsky, 6'1", 180-pound senior. He's wrapped up for a loss of a yard in the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 as Vince Swift makes the stop for Wilmington. Boy, Sandwich isn't kidding around with this shotgun hurry-up offense. 2 receivers to the far side, 3 to the near, dropping back. Rogers fires over the middle, caught to midfield, down to the 40, to the 30. This could go for 6, and it will. Touchdown Sandwich. Travis Forden on a 75-yard touchdown reception off the pass from Kyle Rogers, and just like that, Sandwich up 6-0, 5:54 to go in the first, and what's always been the Achilles heel of Wilmington defensively, it's been the deep pass.
Yeah, it has been. Last year was the same problem. Well, 8 years the same problem. He only had about a step on the defender, but when he caught it, he turned on the afterburners, and he actually left the defensive player behind.
Well, the kick here is good on the extra point, and that makes it 7-0 Sandwich as Thomas Saida with the extra point. Indians lead it by a touchdown, 5:54 to go in the first, and hopefully Wilmington wakes up and does it soon. We're back with more Cats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network in just a moment.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
Well, you want to talk about an odd occurrence. Wilmington gives up a 75-yard touchdown pass, and immediately a lightning delay is called. So we are officially in a lightning delay. That's not good. That means we have to wait, I believe, 30 minutes in the last lightning strike before they can even get this thing restarted. And so far, the Sandwich Indians have made their new offense work just fine. Now, the first set of downs, it went backwards. The Indians lost about, 18 yards on their first set of downs, and you thought, uh-oh, this offense is going to be a train wreck. And then the next set of downs, Wilmington gets burned for a 75-yard touchdown pass. And the problem there is you got to get pressure of the quarterback. You don't get pressure on a quarterback, and this goes back to Coach Reentz and his whole philosophy defensively.
Yeah, right.
His philosophy is we get pressure on the quarterback, we leave our defensive backs on islands on one-on-one situations because we're putting everything on the fact that we're going to get to the quarterback before they get the football off. Well, as you saw there, when that doesn't happen, it turns into a major problem.
With Coach Reentz, it usually works. But every game, there's 1 or 2 times when they get past you. Well, when they do, you really get burnt big in those things.
And I want to tell you something. Wilmington's offense hasn't shown anything.
No, not yet.
I mean,
they haven't
nothing.
been able to run the ball. They haven't been able to get close on the pass.
There will be a 30-minute delay. 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
So, at the earliest, it'll be 30 minutes. Well, I mean, that's as quick as we could possibly do it. Now, if there's a lightning strike between now and the 30-minute point, you start the clock over. So if there's a lightning strike 29 minutes from now, it then becomes 30 minutes again.
Oh,
so
boy.
we could be here at, I don't know, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, or like last year. Remember at Coal City?
Yes.
We went back to your house.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
We ate dinner.
I did. That's true.
Came back. They still hadn't made a decision. And then at like whatever it was, 10 o'clock at night, they go, yeah, we're going to play tomorrow. All right. Great.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what to expect now. We are officially in a rain delay. I guess. Lightning
Storm
delay
delay?
is what it would be called. Well, hey, now that we got some little bit of time here, let's see. Sandwich, of course, just scored to take a 7-0 lead. Piatone is up on Lyle 21-7 in the first quarter, so much for Piatone not having anything after graduating people last year. Where's the rest of the scores? Is that it? I know Coal City and Reed Custer were tied at 7, right?
Yeah, and they were in a storm delay as well.
I think Mantino was in a storm delay. So Mantino and Herscher are supposed to be taking on each other tonight. They're in a weather delay. Coal City and Reed Custer in a weather delay. That game is tied at 7. Plano and Yorkville are in a weather delay. And good thing for Plano, because they were down 13-0 to Yorkville in the second quarter. Westmont's up on Chicago Christian. That score now 21-0. What? Is that possible? 21-0 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter?
I
guess the Chicago Christian must not have a whole lot to offer. But in any case, right now, that's the story.
Well,
I'm not really sure what happens at this point, other than the fact that we just wait for everybody to come back out here. We're in a weather delay. Lightning has been reported in the area, and lest you believe that we're the only place that's happening in, it's happening all over the place. Reed Custer and Coal City are in a weather delay. They're tied at 7. Yorkville and Plano in a weather delay. Yorkville's up 13-0 there.
Yep.
Herscher and Mantino are in a weather delay. So pretty much everybody's in a weather delay at this point.
Well, if you look at the forecast, too, for the upcoming week up through like next Wednesday, they're talking about storms all the time, on and off all the time through next, I think it's through next Wednesday. So this is...
Well, for Wilmington, this comes at the right time because they need to make a whole bunch of adjustments.
They sure do.
Not the least of which is guard against the deep bomb, because that just burned over a 75-yard touchdown pass. The offense does not look good. Now, folks, you also have to keep in mind, we're dealing with a completely new offensive line for Wilmington. I mean, literally completely new.
Yep.
There's one returning starter on the offensive line. I don't think he's in the same position he was in last year. And there's 4 new starters. So, in effect, you have 5, a completely brand new offensive line. And you come up against Sandwich, who's a 4A school, the second largest school in the entire I-8, and for a while, by far, the largest school in the I-8 until Streeter joined. So you're talking about a much larger school, bigger kids, and that's the first game of the year, and you go, good luck, offensive line. Let's see how this goes. And so far, it hasn't been good.
No, it hasn't been. And you think new people on the line, but that line has got to work together. You've got to have synchronization there, and if you don't, you're in trouble. Right now, they haven't been able to run the ball because they haven't been able to open up any holes.
A little bit of a scoring update. Westmont now up 21-6 on Chicago Christian. That game has gone to the half. So Westmont a 21-6 lead at Chicago Christian at the half.
Well,
we could have ourselves a long intermission report here.
Well, you folks at home have got it over us because you can go in and turn on a little TV or get you something out of the microwave.
There's college football on all over the place. I mean,
just keep us on.
Unfortunately, here we're stuck. And we're going to try to entertain you as much as we can until this thing is over with. At the moment, though, it doesn't look good. There's still lightning in the sky right here. Every time there's a lightning bolt, it's another half hour. So we are no closer to being at that half-hour window than we were 10 minutes ago. It just keeps expanding. Every time a lightning bolt strikes, it's another half hour. It's another half hour. There's another one. So,
well, we're going to be here until they decide either to stop. Maybe the Lord takes the lightning away, or we're going to be a long night here before they dismiss it because we're getting nowhere fast. Nowhere fast.
Well, at the moment, not a whole lot anybody can do about it.
And don't go to the concession stand for popcorn. Beth said they've about sold out of the popcorn, and we just got started.
They rushed to the concession stand to buy stuff that's all sold out. Well, I'm telling you, you could probably do what we did last year. That's everybody could probably go home and come back in an hour and be much closer to it than just sitting around here. Well, we've seen officially 6 minutes of high school football the 2014 season, and for Wilmington, it's not been a good experience.
It hasn't been. Now, the fresh soft team, the sophomore game was a good game, and Wilmington played it. It was a pretty tough game up to halftime, 14-6. Then the second half, Wilmington just kept on adding on to it and literally just controlled the second half and ended out with an easy victory.
Well, this has been the biggest weakness for Wilmington in the last few years. It's been getting sucked up on the run and staying in close, and then not being able to get to the quarterback, and somebody sneaks out and there's a bomb. I mean, we've seen that in the playoffs the last few years where teams that haven't passed very much, have been run-oriented teams, have found that weakness. And you notice Sandwich went right after it tonight too.
Yep.
That middle seam, run right up the middle and go deep and let it fly. And it happened last year in the playoffs with teams that did not pass. It happened in the I-8 last year. It happened a couple years ago in the playoffs. And teams have now started to figure out if they can somehow get their quarterback upright long enough and get that guy up the middle on a seam route, they can let it fly and do a lot of damage.
Because they don't have any safety back there deep in order to help out the defensive player. They've chosen to gamble and put all the pressure on the quarterback that they can put on so he can't have that chance to throw. That time didn't work. They bought him a little bit of time, and he got the ball one step on a defensive player, and then he just turned it on and left him.
Well, it's 7-0 Sandwich, 5:54 to go in the quarter, and lest you wonder why there's no football going on right now, it's because we are in a weather delay. Lightning in the area, and every game within, I don't know, a 50-mile radius of here, it seems like, is in a weather delay, except for Peatone, and that's probably because this hasn't gotten that far.
It's probably working its way that way.
Over there yet, but they will be shortly.
That's east of here, and that's usually where the weather pattern heads. From here goes east.
Well, hey, while we're doing this.
Uh-oh. What do you got now?
I'm just going to pull up the radar and see what in the world's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you can do that.
There's no rain, so I don't know if lightning really shows up on this radar or not, but we're going to find out here momentarily.
See if it's anywhere close to moving off of here, leaving us alone here.
And I was planning on eating dinner after this.
Right. Your wife can eat dinner.
Well, yeah. Yeah, she was renting a movie tonight. She was going to a birthday party. She was going to have dinner, all this and that.
Oh.
Well, nothing like...
Well, what movie did you rent?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, great.
I'm sure it's some Redbox special. Well, I get this thing. None of my phone's acting all wacky. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Maybe your assistant over there can bring it up. Well, we got a nice cleared off field.
I'm going to tell you something else, man. It's gotten humid.
Well, yeah.
It was humid before, but it just seems like it's grown, like it's just getting worse.
What it did, it was real humid when we got here. Then it kind of let up a little bit. We got a little breeze going. Now it's back. And I tell you something else interesting, too. They took the football teams off the field because of lightning. The stands are full of
metal
people.
Stands?
Stands are full of people sitting on metal.
I was wondering that, too. You're sitting in metal, surrounded by metal fences. We're in a lightning delay, and... yeah, you take the players off the field, but I guess the fans, it's just up to you. If you want to take the chance of sitting there, that's,
Yeah, they can do that. They can.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. There is no rain south of Joliet.
So we're just in a light.
There's literally no rain south of Joliet. So all this is heat lightning, I think.
Well,
which if it's heat lightning, that could go till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it could.
It's not the typical cloud to ground storm kind of lightning.
I wouldn't be surprised you're playing this game tomorrow.
Wouldn't overly surprise me, but nobody wants that.
No.
No one. Sandwich doesn't want to have to drive all the way back home after playing half of one quarter, get around, drive all the way back down here tomorrow. Nobody wants to go there. So
No, they would prefer, both teams would prefer to play right now tonight. And, of course, we would prefer to broadcast it tonight.
now there was a little bit of a storm that popped up in between Braidwood and Kankakee, but that's gone north. It's completely out of the area. There is no storm, not a drop of rain south of Joliet. So this is all just I'm sure the technical term is not heat lightning, but what I would term heat lightning is pretty much what we have. And the atmospheric conditions, I'm afraid, are not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what we've got we're going to have for a while. So it's just a question of how much patience people have, how long they want to wait it out. Last year it was till 10 o'clock.
Well, I remember one year. Now, here we go, going back and telling stories, but we had nothing else to do. I remember one year at Reed Custer. This was years ago. We're talking years ago. They had a 2-hour rain delay. They started the game, and I think they stopped it at like 8:15. They started the game at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah, that's right.
And they restarted it, and that was some crazy game where Wilmington.
They won it.
Wilmington scored right at the end and scored a 2-point conversion or something and won the game right at the end. It was pouring down rain.
I was just going to say it was pouring down rain at the time, too.
It was miserable. I remember that very well because it was myself and Pete Treby who went out there. And, boy, that was years ago. I don't know. That's probably 20 years ago now. At least 15. Well, East Peoria with a 7-0 lead on Streeter, the brand new team that will come to the I-8 this year. Plano and Yorkville are returning to the field, so at least somebody around here is getting ready to play football. Piatone is up on Lyle 21-13 now in the first quarter. It's 21-13. That's still in the first quarter.
A lot of defense.
What the world is going on over there? Westmont up 21-6 on Chicago Christian. That game's at the half. So at least Plano and Yorkville are back to getting warmed up and getting ready to come on the field. So hopefully, well, I don't know, there's more lightning. Hopefully in a half hour, 45 minutes or so, we'll have more football for you here. At the moment, though, it does not look altogether promising that we're going to start this game much before, 9:30 or so at the earliest.
I'd say, yeah, at least 9:30 probably.
It could be later than that. I wonder if Dennis is around here. You're going to get him to come down and burn some.
He's up in the attic probably. Send Beth over in time to come down there.
All right. Well, let's take a break. We're going to take a brief break here. When we come back, it's kind of like rain delay theater. Remember when the Cubs were on WGN all those years? They did rain delay theater, and they showed some broadcast from like 1950.
Yeah, that's right.
Or they'd show you some replay of Taxi or some ridiculous show that they would never put on TV. We're kind of like that now. It's rain delay theater, except it's lightning theater, and this thing can go on forever. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to see if I can put something together to actually do a broadcast here in a few minutes. We'll come back. We'll give you an update on some scores. We'll give you an update on the weather conditions here. And hopefully, please, hopefully, we're going to play football at some point tonight. Right now it's 7-0 Sandwich, 5:54 to go in the first. We're back here in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football, kind of, on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Back on the Christian Internet Sports Network, Lightning Theater, 5:54 to go in the first. It's a 7-0 lead for Sandwich. Joined now by Dennis Harding, if he can get his headphones figured out.
Sorry.
Dennis filling in for Jeff Dillon tonight, doing the whole. By the way, how's that going? The whole filming thing.
Oh, it's great. It's probably an Academy Award, Emmy Award, whatever you get for dramatical filming or whatever. So I know Jeff Dillon is listening though. So
hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be impressed by our Lightning Theater.
He was telling me how much of a good job you and your dad were doing, and then I come down here and the listeners start clicking close on their internet browsers.
Immediately we see the viewers just takes a nosedive. Any case, so far tonight we've seen Wilmington's offense not do a whole lot. Defensively, the first set of downs was fine, and then all of a sudden, Sandwich does the whole seam route up the middle, goes for a 75-yard touchdown, and before we know it, Sandwich is up 7-0, and an offense that couldn't pass the ball once last year during a game has now thrown a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't even know if they even threw it once, but it's just it's a change of offense, and obviously it's working for them. I mean, the JV level, it didn't work so much for them, but the skill level between JV and varsity is pretty big, but I think, if anything, this rain delay might help the Wildcats a little bit more, get a little, decide, maybe do some double coverage, maybe a little more zone or something like that, rather than man, what we normally see from the Cats.
Well, that's what we were talking about. I said, that's about perfect timing because you've seen enough in the first quarter of offense and defense to know, okay, here's what we're doing right, here's what we're doing wrong, and these are the changes that we need to make. And you got plenty of time now to implement those. And it's weird. I mean, it's the first week of the year. We were talking about in a whole new offensive line. They had to basically rebuild that this year. So it's going to be a little bit of a slow start there. And defensively, you got some new faces. The transfer from Indiana in there at corner, I want to say is that Jordan Sarr, who is getting his first action here tonight. And, of course, you've moved some people around, too. Anytime you lose everybody from last year, it kind of becomes – one of those hat game things, trying to figure out where people need to go, but it needs to happen in a hurry if they want to save this one tonight, I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's the rain delay or the lightning delay, I guess, would probably, like we said, the best thing, just slows things down, maybe take some momentum Sandwich might have away from them, and just it's game plan. It's going to be, how do we got to bounce back from this. We can't just think about it and he got beat. That's what happened. Yep. The coverage got beat. He didn't slip, he didn't fall. He just got outran, and they threw it up over the top, and there was no, safety help up top.
Well, and it seems like for Wilmington, that's kind of been that weakness the last 2 or 3 years, that teams have kind of picked that a little bit. We saw it a couple times last year and a couple times the year before that with teams who never threw the ball, kind of getting Wilmington to get closer and closer to the line of scrimmage, and then, boom, throwing that deep ball over the middle. And it's worked with a pretty good sense of regularity here. And the Cats always rely on, hey, we got to get to the quarterback first.
Right.
And if we get there first, we won't have to worry about the deep ball.
Yeah, they got to the quarterback a few times, and I missed. I'm looking through a little display. So was it not a fumble? I mean, what happened there?
When he tackled him, he hit him head on, and I couldn't see the ball or not. I just saw them pick it up and scoop it in the end zone. So I don't know if that was – I think the official was caught because it was so fast. He got to the line so fast and hit him so fast. I think everybody was just kind of caught off guard, and they did one of these. Okay, he's down. Because I'm not really sure if he fumbled or not, or I think that's kind of what happened.
Right.
It's very possible he was down and then got rid of the ball. But in any case, for Wilmington tonight, it's not been a particularly good start offensively either. Either way, they've tried Hawkins, they've tried McWilliams. Southall's tried to throw the ball a few times, and pretty much none of that has worked.
It's just if the team's pretty small this year, you're not going to be moving a lot. You're going to have to rely on your speed for the most part, and it's just unfortunately not coming together for them. I guess and I'm not saying this game's over with, but I mean it just comes down to it's going to be work. They're going to have to identify where they're having their problems and then go from there.
There's lightning delay right now, so we have a 30-minute delay from the last lightning strike. So a while ago, let's see, it was about 15 minutes ago, they said it was going to be a half-hour delay. Of course, we've seen some lightning since then, so I don't know if they've restarted that thing 3 or 4 times. But so far, I haven't seen enough of the weather changing to really guarantee that we're going to get back to action. Now, I have seen something that said Plano and Yorkville were back on the field up there. So maybe some of that's moving out of the area, and we'll get back to football here in the not-too-distant future. But, when we were up at Benedictine, at those Lyle games, it'd be a lightning strike anywhere in a 60-mile radius. Everybody get out!
Right, and they made them evacuate the stadium, which I was kind of waiting for the announcement of everyone you need to leave because there's a little bit of lightning in the area, but everybody's different.
Right.
So, hopefully this blows over really quick. I think there's more storms coming behind us pretty much all night long.
Probably.
It's just going to be...
A couple of football score updates here since we're going through this. Yorkville a 19-0 lead on Plano, the 2:52 to go in the second quarter there. So they are actually back playing now, and Yorkville scored again. So the lightning delay did not help their Reapers at all. 19-0 lead for Yorkville. East Peoria now up on Streeter 7-6 with 9:43 to go in the first quarter. Last time I heard, Coal City and Reed Custer were tied at 7. Then that went to a weather delay, and I didn't hear anything about Mantino and Herscher. I don't even know if they got the game started.
Yeah, no, I was looking through, and pretty much from what's on Twitter, I was going through Steve Susi. He's saying that delays in Moments, Mantino, and Wilmington. And that was 19 minutes ago, and if it's 19 minutes ago, everyone's got to wait their 30 minutes after the delay starts.
Well, for one thing tonight, it was actually pretty nice when we got this game. When it was a little warm and stuffy, but not too bad. And then, of course, the lightning starts rolling in, and we started getting these reports about 15 minutes before Wilmington got in their delay that Reed Custer was in a delay, that this is in a delay. And Westmont 21-0 in Chicago. I got 21-6.
Okay.
I think at halftime of that game, but even still, Westmont, we would have thought they would scored 21 points in the first 8 minutes.
I don't think they scored that in the first 8 games.
They only have, 24 guys?
24 kids,
They don't even have a JV team.
Right.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I really, in all honesty, we've seen this every year. The first week or two of the season means, I don't want to say nothing, but it's very, very testy as to what that actually means. Once you get 4, 5, 6 games into the season, you get guys where they need to be. A good example was Coal City last year when they lost to Wilmington. I think it was 22-0 the first week. By the end of the year, Coal City got it going fairly well to where you thought they would have been able to play Wilmington a little bit better later on. And we saw that happen at Wilmington a number of times where if you would have played the team you played opening week by the end of the 9 weeks, then you probably would have beaten them. But it's so weird. If you're Coach Rankin and the Wilmington staff, to see Sandwich do what they're doing now is so strange. Like, you've seen them do that wing T thing for so many years, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're just going to spread it out and throw bombs everywhere. Okay. And it's worked.
That just seems to be like, I know we talked about last week at Purple and White Night. That seems to be what the offense, the offense of the day is. It's go to the spread out your teams, give your athletes a chance to make a play, and go from there. You got Braidwood runs the spread, Westmont, Sandwich is now running. I heard Plano's doing a little bit of something in the spread. it's happening. It either works or it doesn't, because we've seen it work, but more times you see it not work.
Right.
But for right now, Sandwich has got it working.
Well, and the thing that's in Sandwich favor tonight is that this is the first time anybody's seen it. So there's no game film on it. There's nothing to go, hey, what's the tendency here? What are they running more than they're not running? Where's their weakness? Nobody has that. Now, week 2 and on, maybe these teams start catching up to what they're doing, because now okay, this is what they're going to go to on third down. This is what they're going to do on first down. And it might help some of those teams, but Wilmington doesn't have that advantage tonight. You're coming out and seeing something brand new, and you got to adjust on the fly based on, 7 plays we've seen offensively.
Right, exactly. And in a way, we talked about it not only slowing, Sandwich's momentum down, but you have a lot of kids in new positions this year for Wilmington, so maybe that helps the Butterflies a little bit. It allows them to settle down and just say, hey, we gave up one touchdown. It's one touchdown. That is a double handoff away from it being tied,
right.
Us starting this game over again.
Right. And for the Cats too, it's all about figuring out who on that offensive line is going to be a key to run behind. We see that happen year after year, where they discover, okay, this guy's the guy we want to go to when it comes. For a while it was go to the power I formation. When we got down inside the 10, or it went to the just straight up I formation, run the ball straight up the middle of the field. Or, we see that every year. Kind of, what's this offense going to turn to when they need that first down, when we need a couple of yards? Where are they going to turn? And we haven't seen enough so far to get a feel of which side of the line is going to be stronger than the other. And that's what makes it so tough about making adjustments right now, is that I don't think they're still sure about what they have.
Yeah, Wednesday night at Catbackers, Coach Range talked about speed. His team's a speed team. They're not gonna push it off the line, but you're gonna get guys on defense to the ball, and you're gonna be able to run around people. And so far tonight, just running around's not working, because the Sandwich has got some big guys up on the line, and if you can't get around them, you're not getting through them.
All right, some scores from around the area. First half scores: Providence up early on JCA. That's 14-3. Hinsdale Central up on Bolingbrook 14-6. Coal City and Reed Guster tied at 7. Of course, they're in that weather delay down there. Thorn Ridge, here's a surprise, 20-0 up on Joliet Central. Joliet West up 9-0. I don't even know who TP is. I have no idea what that school is. Lincoln Way East also up 7-0 tonight. That's just a few of scores from further up at the Joliet area. Give you a little bit of an idea of how those teams are doing tonight. Of course, we heard Westmont up 21-6 on Chicago Christian. We just mentioned Coal City and Reed Custer are tied at 7. No scoring update yet from Herscher Mantino. What was the Piatone?
Piatone
21-13 or
something? 21-13
yeah,
or something like
up
that.
On Lyle.
We got to end of first for Dwight Seneca. That's 0-0, which...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
I'm surprised by that. There you go. This is Dwight Seneca score just came across on hers, too. So 0-0 for Dwight Seneca. We talked about that last Friday. Purple White Night saying, Seneca, yeah, they the Florida State of the I-8. Like, is there a junior high school that we can...
Right.
But again, Seneca and Dwight are fairly close. That's kind of a rivalry game. So, what's the second week, too? Nokomis? Is that who they're playing in week 2?
Nokomis, yeah.
Hey, I guess that's Wilmington going down to play, was it Leroy for JV?
Right.
The
Thursday
week
night broadcasted. No, I don't know. I tried talking John into it. I don't know if
who
he's
knows?
up for it. Yeah, right.
Who knows? Maybe we could do our radio show on the road from Leroy.
From Leroy?
We'll do the cat's out of the bag now, so we might as well just say it. Starting next Thursday, of course, it probably won't be posted until the following Friday. Dennis and myself are going to be putting together a little 1-hour weekly podcast to go up on the site. This kind of us being goofy, talking about sports, talking about entertainment, and doing so in a way where you don't have to worry about, if you should be listening at work, you don't have to worry about what we're saying there. If you got the kids around or whatever, you don't have to worry about what we're saying, what we're talking about. The two of us being...
This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
I got to get
What
new material.
Are you
No.
like going to bring out the rated R stuff when we go?
Let me tell you, there was these two guys. No.
So you won't have to worry about any of that stuff with us. It's just going to be fun. We're going to be talking about sports. We'll talk about high school football. It won't stop there, though. We'll talk about professional and college. We'll throw in some entertainment stuff for you as well. This is a fun kind of thing for us to do each week, about an hour long. Hopefully we'll have it posted every Friday for you. Something you can come back to for some original content from the site. We're working on a few other things, too. That will give you some extra podcasts that you can come back and check out on the website. That's starting next week. We'll have some update for you there on the Facebook page as far as when we're actually going to get that started. But I think we'll have the first one up next Friday. Something we've been working on for a while. And Bill, who was originally supposed to do it with me, ended up, he has a new job on the horizon, so he couldn't do it. So Dennis has graciously agreed to be part of the show. And I had a good, here's what you could work on. We need a show name, okay? My wife thought this was incredibly stupid when I came up with this name for my show with Bill. I called it Bill and John's Excellent Adventure, and she thought that was terrible. And I said, come on, that's funny. It's dated, which makes it even better. But
it can still be Bill and John.
Yes.
Bill and John. It's
With Dennis. So we need to work on some sort of show name.
And my agent wants a phone call. He needs contract negotiations.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the
We'll
last
work
number
on
you
that.
sent over
Hey,
wasn't.
what's 10% of zero?
Hold on, Wilmington man. I think that's like 140 a show, and free pizza.
Of course. Just in case you're joining us right now wondering, why are we talking about this and not football? There's 5:54 to go in the first. Sandwich is winning 7-0. This whole thing has been put on hold because of a lightning delay. We're waiting for the teams to come back out on the field. Plano and Yorkville, they were on a lightning delay, but we have not been back to that here tonight at Wilmington. Plano and Yorkville are back to action up there, though, so who knows? Maybe we'll get back to action here. Wow. Lyle and Piatone tied at 21 in the second quarter. Ooh. And Plano, things not going so well against the Foxes. Yorkville, a 27-0 lead on Plano with 32 seconds to go in the second. Of course, Yorkville has had, that's a pretty solid, they're what, 5A?
Yeah.
Besides of like Morris, I think so. Mm-hmm. That's a little bit of a tough assignment for Plano in week one. And Lyle and Piatone, Coach Rinta said, hey, they lost 18 starters.
Something like that.
Piatone did. So to put up 21 points in the first half, not too bad when you had to rebuild your entire roster. 5:54 to go with the first. I think we've entered into 45 minutes worth of lightning theater here. It looks, let's give this.
This is just another reason why we need a dome.
Yeah, yes, a dome. Hey, let's put that on the ballot for, whenever they do like the Wilmington City Council meeting. You should just go in there and just say, hey,
right.
I've got an idea. Let's raise the taxes by like 75%, and then we'll just build a dome, and then we won't have to worry about any delays at Wilmington.
South Chicago or what?
we can rent it out. We can rent it out for events, parties, for other minor functions. There was I know what I was going to mention. You mentioned putting dome and stuff up. Notre Dame going to a turf field this year. Not natural grass anymore.
This year?
This year, yeah, I believe so.
Wow, that's quick.
So they went ahead and put turf in up there. Kind of surprised by that. I always thought Notre Dame was going to be like that old school. But it makes more sense. Makes more sense for a lot of schools.
They were the ones who had, 2 or 3 kids suspended or expelled for cheating on tests? Wasn't it Notre Dame?
I think it was 4.
Was it 4?
I do believe. Well, there's been a lot of just really weird football stories. I mean, Josh Gordon gets suspended for the year for marijuana. Ray Rice gets 2 games for spousal abuse that was on camera. And yeah, it's been a very odd. North Carolina had to suspend 4 football players for their first week for a variety of things. In any case, 5:54 to go in the first, 7-0 Sandwich. We are in Lightning Theater.
Lightning Theater.
At the moment.
So I'll start by singing a number.
Oh, great. That's just what we need.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
I told my dad, I said, We need to have like some sort of ridiculous thing. You know, like when we used to have Rain Delay Theater on TV and it'd be on WGN, and they would play like the Lone Ranger or something during. I said we could do like classic radio for like the Green Hornet episodes during Lightning Theater, and then every 5 minutes come in and say, "Hey, there's a football game supposed to be being played right now," but instead, here's the Green Hornet.
It would be nice if you could scroll something on your.
I can't see. You know what the weird part is? If it's a video feed, I can type all kinds of stuff on there. I can put up like a scoreboard. I can do a scrolling thing where it says they're in delay. But for some odd reason, when you use this and it's only audio, this is all you can do.
Yeah, and trust me, you're lucky it's an audio-only feed. John's got a face for radio.
That's you're not the first person to say that.
Oh.
Hey, look, Wilmington coming back on the field.
To warm up for 20 minutes.
I have no idea how long it's going to be before we actually get this thing kicked off, but that's a good sign. The Cats back out on the field. Apparently, our lightning delay has subsided here until we see another lightning bolt in like 5 minutes, and then we'll start back over for another half hour. But
so what time tomorrow you think they'll play? No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Oh,
so
boy. Let's not do that Coal City thing last year.
Well, I'm just, games are a little bit longer with the pass. We know that. So, sandwich, unless they start running the ball, we could be here past midnight tonight.
Can I petition there to be a state law that they have to move up the start of the JV game by half hour?
I think at one time they used to start at 4:30, but I think it's something with getting refs.
I know,
here
and getting
stuff.
the teams here and fans and all that kind of stuff. I get it.
We talked about it. We're up north here. There's not too many. Once you go south and stuff, a lot of teams don't play.
Wow, they shot the cannon off in the middle of nowhere.
One of the National Guard guys who were here tonight who got to shoot the cannon off.
All right. Well, that just about gave everybody a heart attack.
All right, lost my track. But anyway, a lot of high schools, they don't play the varsity and JV game in the same day.
Night. Yeah.
Some play it Thursday, or some play the JV game on Thursday or Saturday. Some people play football during the day. Can you believe that?
Yes, unless you're playing for a college, that should never happen, or you're playing in the NFL. Again, should be a state law. You have to play. Every game needs to be at night. I don't care what night you play it on, but every game needs to be at night. Well, apparently both teams are back out on the field. I'm going to find out exactly what in the world's going on. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, hopefully we will have football fairly soon. We'll be back in just a moment. Dennis, thanks for
no problem, anytime.
Theater. We'll talk again here in a week or so. We'll have our show kickoff. So
sounds good.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, let you know what's going on. Both teams back in the field after a lightning delay. We're back in a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 5:54 to go in the first. It's a 7-0 lead for Sandwich over Wilmington. Both teams are back on the field after a lengthy lightning delay, but it looks like we're going to get things going here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Both teams back out, taking some warm-ups, and Wilmington will be receiving a kick after this whole thing. Or they never got to the point where they kicked off, did they?
No.
Didn't they call it before they kicked off?
Did they do the extra point? I don't think they did extra point, did they?
Yeah, they did because it's 7-0.
Oh,
but they didn't. I don't think they ever did the kickoff.
No, I don't think so either.
That'll be what's coming here momentarily. For Wilmington, you better hope that they made some adjustments in that time period because it hasn't been good thus far.
And it's not been what they wanted, that's for sure. Coach is not particularly happy with it. But you've had a little chance to get a little talking done, and if anybody can make adjustments during the game, Coach Rentz is good at that.
Yeah, we've had weather delays all over the place, too, so a lot of other teams have had the opportunity to make some adjustments. Coal City and Reed Custer were tied at 7 when they went into their weather delay. That game's back underway. Plano was getting blown out of the building by Yorkville, 27-0. They lead Plano in the first half. I think that game is at Yorkville.
You know,
Westmont is up on Chicago Christian. I want to say 21-13 is the score there. And Piatone and Lyle were tied at 21 the last time I checked.
Well, I was thinking, you know, back over the history, it seems like the first game of the year, Wilmington comes out and they have a tough time getting things in order. And once it starts clicking, then they start rolling. And last year it was the beginning of the second half when it all clicked together for them. The first half they were not playing well. The second half they started clicking on all cylinders and got it going. The year before that, it took the whole first game. I think one year we were down at south of here, out in the country. This became a small school, I think.
Well, wow, I wasn't following.
Oh, you weren't paying attention. Hersher. Yeah, they almost were upset the first game of the year at Hersher one time before they finally came back and managed to get a fumble recovery and something else and pulled it out. First games of the year are not their strong suit.
That happened against Reed Custer a few years ago.
Yeah.
First game of the year. It did not go well.
Yeah. They aren't quite hitting on all cylinders that first game. But sometime either in that game or the beginning of the second game, then you watch the real Wilmington team.
Well, it doesn't get any better next week when they go to Coal City because Coal City will have a week under their belt and they'll have made some adjustments.
And we're going to Coal City for a second time in a row, aren't we? Last year we went to Coal City as well. Well, that ought to be interesting.
Well, hopefully we get this thing back underway here shortly.
Was that last year we had the rain delay at Coal City?
Yep.
That was last year.
We had the storm delay last year, too. First week of the year. We went away for 2 hours, came back. I think it was the delay started at right around 7:30. I don't think they ever started the varsity game, did they?
I don't think so.
I think the JV game ended, and then the thunderstorms rolled in, and it took about 2 hours, about 9:30 or 10 o'clock before they had finally decided to go ahead and move it to Saturday. All right, I think we're ready to get back to action here.
Yeah, that was a monsoon rain that time, and all kinds of storm.
Well, after what was almost an hour lightning delay, just shy of an hour, about 50 minutes or so worth of lightning delay, the Cats will receive the kick here from Sandwich, who just completed a 75-yard touchdown pass. Let's see if I can go back to our stat list here. Travis Forden, 75-yard touchdown reception from Kyle Rogers. And the Indians were on the board first. We'll see if Wilmington can answer. So far, Sandwich's defense has been up to the task.
Well, there's one thing about playing Wilmington. You know what they're going to do before they go out there. Question mark is, can you stop them?
So far, they can.
Yeah, that's the whole question. That's why they did. And sure enough, they're going to kick off. So they didn't. We were correct. They did not kick off.
So Tyler Breimer and Austin Hedrick back deep for the Cats at the 10-yard line. As Thomas Saida will kick off. Hedrick will take it at the 10, drops it again. It's the second time tonight he's dropped a kickoff. Hedrick to the far side. He's going to lose yards all the way back to the 5, and he's flipped upside down. Boy, what coverage on the play by Zach Dabbert as he just took Austin Hedrick and flipped him over his shoulder.
Well, I'm telling you.
Austin has not had a good time tonight fielding kickoffs. Dropped the first one, dropped the second one, and then lost 5 yards, and hopefully Austin can get things righted. Last year, he won a spot in the team by returning punts, so we know he can do it.
What yard line are they on here? 10?
They are back at, I want to say, they did move it back up to the 10-yard line. They gave him some forward progress. 1st and 10 for the Cats, double wing. Handoff comes left side, big hole, out across the 15 to the 17-yard line goes McWilliams. He'll pick up close to 8 yards on 1st down. He'll bring up 2nd down and a long 2. Well, that's more like it for Wilmington.
Now that's what Wilmington wants to do. They want to control the ball, control the clock, take long drives, drive right down your throat, and not be able to stop them.
So far, though, Sandwich has been able to stop this Wildcats attack. Double wing again for Wilmington. McWilliams and Hawkins are the wing backs. McWilliams again off the left side.
Same play,
There's just nothing there. Maybe a yard, maybe, and that's being generous.
I think they're going to give him no gain. No, they're going to give him, yeah, you're right, a yard. They're going to give him a yard.
Well, the stop made on the play by Alex Masonette. Alex, a 6', 200-pound defensive lineman.
Brings us to 3rd down and 1 yard.
Well, let's see what Wilmington does here. Shotgun formation. McWilliams at wingback with Hawkins at fullback. Handoff goes Hawkins near side, trying to get the corner across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hawkins to midfield, down to the 45, still going. They never blew him down. All the way down to the 35, down to the 25 before he's finally tripped off.
Wow, what a run.
Nick Hawkins was definitely out of bounds around the 45-yard line, but nobody saw it. A gain of 53 yards on the run by Nick Hawkins, and he for sure stepped out the 45-yard line, but there was no official anywhere near it, so it was, I mean, it wasn't blatant, but definitely stepped out of bounds.
I could tell. I got a nice post right in front of me.
By the way, the Mantino-Herscher score, Mantino up 7-0 on Herscher. Well, the Cats in business. 1st and 10 from the 25 of Sandwich. 4 minutes to go in the first. Southall under center. Handoff, Hawkins trying to cut it back up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Almost broke another one. Gets down to the 22-yard line. That's a long way to go to pick up 3 yards.
Looked like they were going to stop him for no gain, and he broke a couple tackles. Almost got loose from the 3rd tackle before they got him down. He'd gone and switched direction again back to the left.
Zach Mosher, 6', 225-pound junior on the stop for Sandwich. 3:28 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 Sandwich. Wilmington on the move. 2nd down and 7 from the 22-yard line of the Indians. Shotgun formation for Southall. Going to keep it himself inside the 20. Churning ahead to the 15. Still going. Lost the football, but I believe he had the 1st down around the 13-yard line. Boy, Sandwich just all over that, trying to rip the football out. Southall picks up about 8 yards, and it will be a Wilmington 1st down at the 14-yard line now of the Indians. 3:09 to go in the first. 7-0 Sandwich.
That's what bothers you when they stand a runner up like that and they keep going sideways or whatever. They get a chance to get their hands in there and start ripping, and they were trying to take the ball out. Finally did get it out, but by that time he was over at the sideline and went right out of bounds.
Double wing for the Cats again. Hawkins and McWilliams at wingbacks. Handoff goes Hawkins right side. Huge hole. Hawkins down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. A gain of 12 yards for Nick Hawkins, and there was a huge hole off the right side.
Hey, what that offensive line is making some holes.
First and goal for the Cats from the 2-yard line of Sandwich. Indians lead at 7-0. Wilmington trying to play catch-up here. Once again, double wing. Pitch back to McWilliams, runs into his own guy, still turning ahead. He's near the goal line, and he's in. Nick McWilliams, 2-yard touchdown run. And the Cats are an extra point away from tying it at 7. You heard the cannon in the distance. Light it off every time the Cats score. 2:49 to go in the first. 7-6 Sandwich. And Wilmington, an extra point attempt upcoming. Jacob Casillas, the 5'11", 198-pound senior, comes on. Jacob did part of the kicking duties last year for Wilmington, so he's returning at that position. Actually has a pretty big leg, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he fit in there very well last year.
Now the snap is bobbled, now picked up. Hedrick will throw it up toward the end zone, and it's knocked down. Boy, my goodness. 7-6 the lead for Sandwich. 2:49 to go in the first. Well, special teams mistake. We're back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
2:49 to go in the first. 7-6 the lead for Sandwich. Wilmington just scored, but could not get the extra point attempt as they bobbled the snap. And now Sandwich to return the kick. 15 to the 20, 25-30. Big return out across the 35, close to the 40-yard line.
Well, the kicks are not going very deep, and they're catching them on the move, and I mean on the move.
That's Trevor Dabbert, 5'8", 135-pound senior on the return for Sandwich, and a good return it is, all the way out to the 38-yard line. That's where the Indians will start 1st and 10. Last time they had the football, they scored in a hurry on a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, it took them less than a minute, about 55 seconds.
Travis Forden was actually the recipient of the touchdown pass from Kyle Rogers. Rogers out of the gun. One back in motion to the near side. And handoff to the fullback. That goes nowhere. Kind of a draw play. Derek Kirchner blew that thing up in a hurry.
Wow, I guess.
I believe that was Masonette on the carry, who got blown up for a loss of about 6 yards. 2nd down and 16 for Sandwich. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far side, and one back. Rogers out of the gun. One step back, fires, intercepted! Joe Mann with the interception to the 25, to the 20, down to the 15, and Wilmington in business again. 2:11 to go in the first. The Cats force a turnover, and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the 14. Well, when we said Wilmington better start making some adjustments, they apparently have done that in a hurry. Wilmington knocking on the door, trying to get the lead back from Sandwich.
Who got the interception?
Joe Mann, middle linebacker for the Cats, and it looked like Rogers just threw it right in his chest. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 14 of Sandwich. Back to the double wing, Hawkins and McWilliams. Hawks the fullback. Pitch goes McWilliams, left side. Stutter step down to the 10, trying to pick his way up the middle of the field. He'll pick up about 5 yards on first down. Good carry for the Cats. Bring up second down at 5 for Wilmington.
Now you can just give it to Hawkins and let him go. He just, the more he gets, the more he loves it.
Got some late football tonight for you here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Already past 9 o'clock, still not the end of the first quarter after a lengthy lightning delay. Double wing for the Cats here. Hawkins and McWilliams at wingbacks again. Hawks at fullback, Southall under center. McWilliams in motion. Pitch back McWilliams. Cuts it back inside. Gets a couple of yards. Boy, the Cats just going to the well time after time after time with McWilliams off that left side. He picks up 2. It'll bring up third down and 3 for the Cats. As the ball just inside the 8-yard line. It'd be interesting to see what Wilmington does here. If they don't get it on third down, what they do on fourth down, because the first kick tonight did not go so well. Shotgun formation. Southall out of the gun. Still double wing, though. Southall takes the snap. Handoff Hawkins left side. He got the first down toward the goal line. Tried to get in the end zone. He's down at the 1-yard line. Fumbled the ball into the end zone where McWilliams picked it up, but he was down. McWilliams recovered in the end zone anyway, even if he wasn't down. It'll be first and goal for Wilmington at the 1-yard line. So a gain of about 7 on that run from Hawkins. And the Cats knocking on the door again. 43 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, with McWilliams and Hawkins running, they are really eating up the yards.
Double wing again for the Cats. Southall under center. McWilliams gets the pitch left side, breaks a tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. Nick McWilliams with another score. And that will make it 12-7 Wilmington. And I would assume the Cats will go for 2 here after the disaster on the first extra point attempt of the night, and they will keep the offense out there and go for 2. 12-7 is the lead for Wilmington. 28 seconds to go in the first.
Once they get that score back up in the 7s, 14-7 is what the coach would like to have.
Of course, you heard the cannon go off in the end zone. They'll be here for the first half tonight. A late night for the cannon crew. They're usually out of here by now.
Let them catch me a football.
Double wing again. 2-point conversion upcoming here. Handoff McWilliams on the left side. There's a flag down. McWilliams did not get in. There's a flag down. And I'm guessing that's on the offense anyway. It's a
holding.
It's a hold on Wilmington, and the score will say 12-7. Well, the extra point has been a problem tonight. 28 seconds to go in the first. Wilmington has turned things around a little. 12-7, the Cats lead over Sandwich. Back with more Wilmington football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today.
28 seconds to go in the first. Wilmington leads at 12-7 on a couple of touchdown runs by Nick McWilliams. Casillas will tee it up at the 40, gets set to kick off right to left tonight. By the way, a few scoring updates. Yorkville up 34-0 on Plano now. They've had no problems with the Reapers tonight. Dwight beating Seneca 7-0 at halftime. Can you believe that?
Really?
Casillas approaches. Kick is relatively short. Bounces at the 13. Kicks wide. Now knocked down. Picked up on the run is Dabbert. Zach Dabbert tries to cut it back up the middle and does not get back out to the 20. Wrapped up at about the 19. Sandwich will start there, 1st and 10, with 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. But we've seen a lot of scoring around the area in the first quarter tonight. I think Piatone and Lyle was like 21-13 in the first quarter. Here tonight in Wilmington, it's 12-7 Cats. You're going to see a lot of that as teams try to adjust to what's going on. But typically, it's low-scoring games the first week or two as teams try to adjust offensively. Out of the gun, swing pass left side, caught. Out to the 20, and that's about it. Good coverage in the play by Nick Hawkins.
Nick Hawkins on the tackle.
As looks like, is that Trevor Dabbert on the reception? It's so hard to see these numbers. I can't really, I think it might have been Trevor on the reception. Down to 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Second down and 10.
That concludes the end of the first quarter with the score.
And that'll do it for the first. 12-7 the lead for Wilmington at the end of quarter one. Take a break, come back with the second quarter in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
The pass was completed out here on the near side, I believe, to Mark Ladinsky, but we have a flag down. The question is, what for? Must be on Wilmington. So a roughing the passer penalty will move the ball all the way out to the 43-yard line. So it was a gain of 8 on the pass originally to Mark Ladinsky, and then add on 15 yards for the Wilmington penalty. And it will be 1st and 10 for Sandwich from the 43. Trying to keep the ball is Rogers, and he is sacked. Boy, nowhere to go. What a play up the inside by Wilmington's Jake Capwell, 5'10", 176-pound junior. He was not fooled at all by the fake of the handoff and drops Rogers. And we've got a false start on, either false start or legal procedure, one or the other, on Sandwich. And I believe Wilmington will decline it. If it's a legal procedure, you can decline it. If it's a false start, it's a dead ball penalty. Apparently it's a legal procedure, so a loss of 3, and I'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Wow, Westmont up on Chicago Christian, 28-6. Trips receivers to the far side, one to the near. Rogers out of the gun, fires, intercepted! Mason Southall's going to go for a touchdown. 34-yard interception return for a touchdown. Rogers fired that pass, and Mason got an unbelievable jump on the football. Mason Southall caught it on a dead run up the sideline, picks off the pass, and waltzes into the end zone for a 34-yard interception return for a touchdown. It is 18-7 Wilmington, and I mean, that happened in an unbelievable hurry. Rogers just took too long getting the football out there, and Mason was all over it.
Well, he telegraphed his pass right where he's going. He never looked him away anything. He looked over there and waited for it to develop, and he just actually gave the pass away.
Well, Wilmington having more problems. They don't have 11 guys on the field for the extra point attempt. Now they finally get an 11th out there with 8 seconds to go on the clock. We'll see how this goes for Casillas this time around. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good as well.
That looked nice that time.
19-7, the lead for Wilmington. Off the 34-yard interception return for a touchdown by Mason Southall. The Cats rolling now, 11:22 to go in the half. They lead it 19-7. Back in a moment with more Cats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
The most beautiful Wildcat in the world.
11:22 to go in the half. 19-7 is the lead for Wilmington. Cats will tee it up at the 40, get set to kick it off left to right here. Boy, ever since Sandwich had that one bomb for a touchdown, and then we had the lightning delay, it's been all Wilmington. I mean, like a steamroller all of a sudden.
I mean, it's like they changed gears.
So Casillas will approach. Short kick. Oh, this might go out of bounds. It does. Well, that's not what you wanted if you're Wilmington. They're trying to angle the kick to get it away from the return guy for Sandwich, and this is going to give the Indians really good field position again, all the way up to the 35. Of course, I guess if you're having trouble on the kick return, you'd rather have them at the 35 than return it farther than that, but I know that's not what the Cats were looking for. Casillas did a nice job the last time around, though, keeping it inside the sideline and forcing Sandwich to pick it up. That time just got a little bit too close to the sideline. Shotgun formation for the Indians. Two receivers to the far side, two to the near. Rogers hands it off up the middle. There's a big hole, and this might go for 6. My goodness. All the way down the sideline, the 20, 10, 5 touchdown. Cody Randa, 5'11", 190-pound senior, just took the ball 65 yards for a touchdown. And just when it seemed like Wilmington had momentum, boom.
Now if they go for 2, they could take the lead.
I'm going to tell you something, too. Wilmington thought they were going to have a lot of team speed this year. These Sandwich guys are running, just literally running away from defenders. There's no closing speed at all.
No. So far, there's not been both times, the long plays, there's been a Wilmington Wildcat right on their heels, and they both times got left in the dust.
Because I know Wilmington thought this year team speed was going to be a huge plus, but, man, Sandwich has got all kinds of speed. There's a flag down. Nobody was set for Sandwich. That has to be false start, illegal procedure, illegal shift, something. It's illegal shift on Sandwich. They're going to have to kick this again. Well, it's 19-13, the lead for Wilmington here with 11:10 to go in the half. So the illegal shift will move it back 5 yards, and in high school football, that's a big deal. 5 yards farther back makes things a little bit more difficult. Thomas Saida on to attempt the extra point for the Indians here. 11:10 to go in the half, and the kick is good. 19-14. Wilmington leads 11-10 to go in the opening half. Good grief. We'll take a break. Back with more Wilmington football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Kickoff goes out of bounds around the 32, so it will be moved up to the 35, and that's where Wilmington will have it 1st and 10. Well, if there's been one saving grace for Wilmington lately, it's that their offense has finally started to find a gear. It looked like their defense was starting to find a gear, and then boom.
How many times have we talked about the big plays whacking Wilmington? And boy, it did it again. What they do is they bring up the linebackers and they play them close to the line of scrimmage, stop those holes. But if you ever get through the hole, there's nobody back.
Well, that's why teams have had so much success up the middle, whether it be run or pass, because, like we said, if you don't get there first, there's nobody back there.
Nope,
So,
there's nobody. There's no safety valves. They don't play that way.
all right, so the Cats have it 1st and 10 from the 35. 11-10 to go in the half. They lead at 19-14. Handoff Hawkins. There's nothing doing there. Might have actually lost a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, he had a guy come through. I was trying to look at his number. Well, those numbers are hard to see. Number 40. That's 45. Right in the touchdown. Got in there and got that stop.
That's Cody Randa. I believe he's one of the team captains for Sandwich, and he's had himself a pretty good night thus far. Boy, who would have thought at a Wilmington Sandwich game it'd be 19-14 with 10:40 to go in the half?
Man, you wouldn't.
Usually it's like 13-7 final score. It's 14-10. So a double wing again. Southall drops back to pass. All kinds of pressure, and he's sacked back at the 25. I think that thing was blown up from the first second. He had absolutely no chance.
Somebody didn't pick up the blitz, then. Well, it wasn't even a blitz. That was a nose tackle.
Nope, a loss of 9 more. It's now 3rd and 20 for the Cats. It's hard to understand how we've seen Jekyll and Hyde from both of these teams.
Oh, yeah,
Sandwich looked real good defensively, and all of a sudden looked like they couldn't stop anybody. Now they look like they can stop everybody again. Wilmington gave up a big score, and then a couple of stops, got a pick 6, and then they couldn't stop anybody. Just a strange beginning to the year. Southall onto the shotgun. 3rd and 20 from back at the 25. Southall rolls right side, looking downfield, still looking. He was over the line of scrimmage. Has a receiver. This isn't going to matter, I don't think. It's all the way down to the 30, but it's not going to matter. He was way over the line of scrimmage. This is a good call, too, because this would be about a 50-yard game, but Mason Southall was about a yard or two beyond the line of scrimmage at the 25, so this will come back, and it's a loss of down, I believe, too. Wilmington fans aren't going to be happy about this one, but that's the right call.
Yeah, I thought he was over, too.
I mean, he was clear. It wasn't a borderline call either. He was clearly past the line of scrimmage.
I think it could have been some, like 4 or 5 yards past, really. But he was at least
I don't know if he was that far, but he was at least a yard past the line of scrimmage. It wasn't like he was throwing it as he was crossing the line. He had clearly stepped across. So the illegal forward pass will now make it. Who's the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on?
Oh, my.
Not even a warning for what in the world is the unsportsmanlike conduct for? 15 more yards for that?
I don't know, I guess.
I guarantee you Coach Rintz is going, what in the world are you guys talking about? Now they got to bring in the ref from all the way on the other side of the field to try to determine what in the world's going on, because Coach Rintz is going, somebody owes me an explanation somewhere.
I'm telling you what, I don't want to be the guy that did it. Coach is not a happy fellow.
It had to have been after the catch. I don't. Okay, well, in any case, it went from about a 50-yard gain, which we knew was coming back, to now 3rd and, oh, good grief, 33, 34?
Wow.
So
right.
you had the illegal forward pass for crossing the line of scrimmage. That cost you 5. Then a 15-yard unsportsmanlike, and now out of the shotgun is Southall. Handoff goes to Hawkins, and he slips and falls to the ground across the 10-yard line out near the 14 or so. Gain of about 6, and it'll bring up 4th down and a country mile for Wilmington.
Wow.
4th and close to 30, about 28 yards.
You're right. This has been like 2 different games.
It's just strange, and it flip-flops so quick. Like you think one team's got an advantage, and then the next thing happens, and the other team looks like they have an advantage, and just going back and forth.
Reminds you of a game earlier in the season.
9 minutes to go in the half. Kirchner getting set to punt for Wilmington. It looked like the Cats had gotten control of this game, and now all of a sudden it's spiraled back out of control. And guess what? You can add delay of game to this list, I do believe.
My.
Boy, delay of game when you have 2 gigantic play clocks. It definitely is game 1, that's for sure, because there's been a lot of mistakes that
it's just
later in the year you definitely shouldn't have.
That's why I said it's just an early season game. You can tell it. A load of mistakes.
Well, make it 4th and about 32 or so. Beautiful punt by Kirchner all the way back to the 47 and 48-yard line down into Zach Gabbert. What a kick by Kirchner.
Oh,
that was a beautiful kick.
Wasn't that beautiful? From his own end zone, he came down on the 46, 47-yard line.
Well, now the Wilmington defense needs to do something here. They had the pick 6, which looked like that might turn things around a little bit. Then they give up a 65-yard touchdown run to the fullback Randa. Earlier in this game, they've given up a 75-yard touchdown pass. Now we'll see what Sandwich does here. 2 receivers to either side. And there's another false start. Boy, we could, I'm not really kidding, we could be here till about 11 or midnight at this rate. False start on Sandwich, back them up 5 yards, all the way back to their own 48-yard line. I'll bring up 1st and 15.
I don't know. It's been a while since we've seen this many mistakes. But
and snap is fumbled, and sack will be given to Zalomi as Rogers falls back on it at the 39-yard line. Kyle Rogers, well, I don't think he was ready for the snap or something. That's a loss of about 10 more to bring up 2nd down and 22. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Rogers on the quarterback keeper up the middle. Joe Mann sniffed that out. Gain of 5, maybe 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 18 for Sandwich.
Who carried that ball?
Oh, quarterback keeper for Mr. Rogers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. 3rd down and 18 for Sandwich. Rogers out of the gun. Snap coming from the 46 of Sandwich. Handoff goes nowhere, and that was blown up by Joe Mann. Mark Ladinsky got the ball and got depleted as soon as he got the handoff, so he lost the 4 yards that they just gained previously. And look at that. The Wilmington defense now looks like they have things under control again. 4th down and 20. Almost, actually, 4th and 21 here for Sandwich. Hedrick back deep, along with, this bounces sideways and out of bounds inside the 30. That was Jordan Saar back as well. Well, the punt heads out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, I believe about the 28 or so. That's where Wilmington will take over 1st and 10. 19-14, the Cats lead. Sandwich, 7:17 to go in our opening half, and what has been a wild opening night to the 2014 season. We've had a lightning delay of close to an hour. These 2 teams have been scoring left and right in various ways.
Well, I think I finally caught back up again. Yeah, this has been, well, you can't say it is an interesting game to watch. There's all kinds of things
it's
going on.
Entertaining, we're just never going to get to the end of it.
Oh, man, this is crazy.
Well, now the Cats spread it out. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Southall under center. Still 1 wing back and 1 fullback. Southall fires past near side to Mann, more like a wide receiver screen. Almost broke a tackle and then slipped to the ground. A gain of a yard or 2, and that's about it. bring up 2nd down and 8. We'll give them 2.
So far, the Wilmington Wildcat passing attack has got a total of 2 yards.
Yeah, it hasn't been prolific necessarily.
By the way, the orange is better than yellow, though.
Yeah, it is a little bit more visible. The yellow is really bad.
That's Hersher's got the yellow, isn't it?
Shotgun double wing for the Cats. Handoff goes to Hawkins. That doesn't go anywhere. Maybe a yard at best. They'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for Wilmington from their own 32-yard line.
Well, Wilmington needs to hang on that ball and get them a drive going here. Got to pull out something out of the hat here. Coach has got to get a 6-yard play here.
Shotgun formation, still double wing for the Cats. Southall going to keep it himself across the 35 and out to the 38. That's going to be close to a 1st down depending on the spot here. Good run from Mason Southall. Finally tripped up by Trevor Dabbert. And it will be a 1st down. A gain of 7 for Wilmington out to the 39-yard line. The Cats will have a 1st down from there. 5:49 to go in the half. They lead at 19-14. This new look sandwich offense tonight.
You know what's
throwing the ball all over the place. Got a couple of nice runs as well.
Speed has been their advantage point here.
Double wing for the Cats again. McWilliams and Hawkins at wingback. Hawkins right side trying to cut it back. Spins away from one defender. Still turning ahead. Out to the 44. Make it the 45 before he's finally shoved to the ground.
You know what? They earn their keep when they tackle him, don't they?
Yeah, he's a tough kid. There goes Popcorn, amongst other things, shooting all over the place. So a gain of 6. Bring up 2nd and 4 for the Cats from their own 45-yard line.
I got Popcorn. What in the world?
And Plano finally got on the board. 34-6, Yorkville winning that game in the 4th quarter. We'll have a full rundown on all the scores for you as well at halftime. We got scores from all over the place. About 5 minutes away from our halftime show. That's brought to you by Warren's Collision Center down there in Braidwood. 2nd and 4 for the Cats. Fullback, this is Hawks. Out to the 48-yard line. Picked up about 3 yards. So Gavin Hawks, the 5'8", 167-pound senior with his first carry of the night. 3rd down and a yard. The Cats hurry up to the line. Southall going to keep it himself. 2nd effort. He's got it, but that's got to be assisting the runner more than likely. It is assisting the runner. McWilliams just got behind him and two-hand shoved him. That's one thing if he's in the middle of the line to do that, but when he's out of the edge, it makes it a little more obvious. Well, instead of a 1st down, it's now 3rd down and a long 5 for the Cats.
That's 30 yards worth of penalties for the Cats in the first half so far. At least 30. I've written down 4 penalties.
3rd down and 5 for the Cats here. Back to the double wing. Chopping back. Southall looked for the screen pass, and he slips to the ground. He should be down. Did he not go to a knee? And he's dropped at the 40 anyway.
I think he went down on the football. Oh.
No, it doesn't matter because it gets blown up. They wanted him to go to a screen pass, and Sandwich had that thing read perfectly. And now another loss of about 4 yards makes up 4th and 9 for the Cats with 3:33 to go in the half. Boy, some interesting scores. That Coal City Reed Custer game is interesting as well. We'll give you a scoring update on that at the half. Well, Kirchner set the punt. Looked like the Wilmington offense was going to start moving the ball, but that assisting the runner penalty killed this drive. The kick by Kirchner, another nice punt, and it will sail out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Marked at the 28. That's where Sandwich will start 1st and 10. 3:08 away from our halftime show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Warren's over there in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. Be sure to stick around for the halftime show. We'll have first half stats for you. We'll get you scoring updates from all over the place. And what has been a wild and crazy night across the state. We've had weather delays in most of the games tonight in the IHSA.
Wow, look at this. Three receivers to wide left. Nobody right.
Trips receivers
right.
to the near side. One receiver to the far. Again, out of the gun is Rogers. One lone setback with him. Rogers fires right side. Caught. There's a flag down for what? I have no idea.
I think they might say he hit him before he got the pass, but pass interference, but I don't think it could be. Because
that would be what you would call a bad call. Maybe a really bad call. But it doesn't matter. I guess you give a tack on 5 more yards to what it would have been originally. It was about a 10-yard game. Would have been a first down anyway, but Sandwich will take the penalty. 15-yard penalty takes it out to the 43, and the Indians will have it first and 10. Either way you look at it, would have been a first down. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Out of the gun again is Rogers. Takes the snap, fires it deep down the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Hedrick out there on the coverage of Zach Dabbert. Rogers got lit up as he got rid of the football, and it will bring up 2nd and 10 for Sandwich. Nice job by Hedrick that time around. Again, hurry up offense for Sandwich. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Rogers out of the gun. Handoff ran done. That goes nowhere. Matter of fact, a loss of a couple on the play. That thing was blown up in a hurry. Kirchner ended up getting credit on the tackle, but I think
Delangel?
Yeah, Delangel was in there as well, and I think the first one through was Jake Capwell who blew it up.
Who was carrying that ball?
3rd down and 14, Randa. Now pass fired, incomplete, deflected up in the air, and that will bring up 4th down. It was intended for Zach Dabbert. And again, Rogers, it's hit. 4th down and 13 upcoming for Sandwich with 2:34 to go in the half. So, Sandwich set the punt it away here. The kick, a line drive, that's going to go out of bounds. Well, apparently no one wants to kick to anybody tonight because every single kick is going out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, the Cats will take over 1st and 10 from the 28. I'm almost in favor of put the ball on the ground and get a first down or two and get to halftime. This has been all over the place.
The last, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wilmington's had 7 possessions. 3 of them have been on the 28-yard line. The last 2.
No, and penalties have been big, not only for the Cats, but for Sandwich. Penalties have been big on both sides.
I don't think I wrote down penalties for Sandwich. Let's see. Well, one of them was 5 yards. I don't know. I didn't write down the other ones.
Double wing for Wilmington again. 1st and 10 from the 27. 2:34 to go in the half. And this is Hawkins. Boy, maybe a yard or two. That's about it. Wilmington leading 19-14 as we approach the half. The Cats up by 5. And we got a player down for Sandwich at the 28-yard line. So timeout on the field. And they're calling both teams to the bench. This might be rather significant, although we can't see the number. We'll let you know as soon as we can. 2:14 to go in the half. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center over in Braidwood. And thank you to Warren's, where they care beyond the repair. That coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll give you a scoring rundown from around the area, get your first half stats as well, and get you set for the second half. 19-14 Wilmington, 2:14 to go in the half. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
Well, not particularly good news for the injured Indian from Sandwich. He is down at the 28-yard line. They've actually called out the paramedics here. So they've brought out the, well, for lack of a better term, a fancier gator with the backboard and everything out there to the 28-yard line. So the medical personnel on site is attending to that player from Sandwich. We are completely blocked from view by the vehicle that is out there, so we cannot see who it is they're working on or what they're working on either. It's the near sideline is completely blocked from view. But it looked like the injury might have been, it appeared like maybe a leg or an arm or something because he was moving around. He was moving his head around and everything else. It's not a paralyzed type of thing. It's more, I think it's more arm or a leg or something is what it looks like from here, but I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one.
When he was laying down the ground, he raised himself up with his feet on his shoulders, raised himself up off the ground and switched places, so he wasn't paralyzed or anything like that as far as we can tell. So I would say you're more correct. It might be something that they want to take a precautionary thing with here.
7 for White. 7. Yeah, first half as well. Next thing you know, we're going to do Berkeley, California.
Well, they're still waiting for Sandwich to get a little bit closer look at this injured player down at the 28. 2:14 to go in the half. It's 19-14, the lead for Wilmington. They will have the ball second down and 10 when play resumes here shortly.
They are doing this very carefully. They've run out the stretcher off of the by the way, that's kind of a fancy vehicle they've got to carry people off in. It's like a big four-wheeler that you go riding around in, except it's got 6 wheels. And it's got a track bed on the back of it you can carry people on.
Well, it's now, 9:45. We are still 2 minutes away from halftime tonight. We should never want to see an injury for any reason.
No.
But when you combine the injury timeout with the almost hour-long lightning break that we had tonight.
Yeah, we had another kind of a long timeout for injury earlier. Didn't end up to be anything needed to take care of. It was all right after a while, but it took some time. So far, though, it looks like this one they're going to cart him off the field.
Yep, they're still working on that player at 28.
Although they haven't put him on the stretcher thing, so.
Well, we'll take ourselves another break. When we come back, we'll see if we can give you an update on this whole situation. 19-14 Wilmington, 2:14 to go in the half. Back in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
.2:14 to go in the half. 19-14 the lead for Wilmington. They did cart off the player from Sandwich. Of course, hopefully everything is okay with him.
I noticed they did take, it looked like took his shoes off. It might have been to see if he had any feeling in his feet or something.
Still have no idea who it is because we could not see a number even when they loaded him up and carted him off. So serious enough to at least have the paramedics come out and cart him off the field. Hopefully he will be okay, and we'll head back to football here. Of course, you never want to see anybody.
Well, if there's any chance of a dangerous thing, they'll check him out first.
Hawkins off the right side here on 2nd and 10. That gets blown up. Nothing doing. Might have even lost a yard.
Yeah, he
did. It just keeps. So the stop on the play by Kyle Einer, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 10 with 1:50 to go in the half. And why in the world, if you're Sandwich, aren't you using timeouts? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
You can get the ball back in relatively good field position. You have a passing offense. You got timeouts left. I don't.
Yeah, they've got the speed to score quickly if they get the ball back. There's no question about that.
So one receiver to the near side. Now handoff goes up the middle. That goes nowhere. Good grief.
Wilmington willing to just try to ride out the clock a little bit. Let it go.
Well, timeout finally called now by Sandwich after they burned off about a minute off the clock in the last couple of plays. They decided to use a timeout now with a minute 18 left. They still have 2 timeouts left. 19-14 is the lead for Wilmington. Take a break. Back with more in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
So Kirchner back to punt here. Takes the snap, the kick on the way, and it bounces at the 38. Taken far side by Dabbert. Out to the 45 and finally wrapped up at the 47-yard line. Sandwich will have it there first and 10 with 1:07 to go in the half. My goodness. We started this game at about 7:55 or so tonight, 7:50. It's going on 10 o'clock and we're not to halftime yet.
No, we aren't.
Rogers out of the gun, trips receivers to the near side. Handoff goes up the middle, another huge hole. Breaking tackles is Mark Ladinsky all the way down to the 34 of Wilmington. A gain of about 19 yards for Ladinsky. The Indians will have it first and 10 from the Wilmington 34.
No doubt about it. The Indians have a much faster team.
Yes. Kyle Rogers out of the gun. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Rogers holding, trying to scramble himself. Makes a move down to the 25, to the 24-yard line. Should be another first down, and now we got a late flag coming in. See what this flag is all about. Most of the calls tonight seem like have been against Wilmington. Yeah, a couple against Sandwich, but so a personal foul against Wilmington for something.
Must have said he piled on or hit him late or something. That's another 15 yards. Boy,
they have just given up massive amounts of penalty yardage tonight.
It's just crazy. I should have kept up with them better. That's at least 5 penalties for 45 yards. No, 30.
Trips receivers yards on the near side, one to the far. Out of the gun is Rogers again, down to 40 seconds to go in the half. They still have 2 timeouts. Handoff goes up the middle, nothing doing to Mark Ladinsky. Timeout to Sandwich. And bring up second down and 10 from the 12. And with 34 seconds to go in the half, Sandwich will use their second timeout. Now stick around for the Warren's Collision Center halftime show. Warren's located over there in Braidwood. And we'll have the scoring updates for you at the half. We'll give you your first half stat totals, get you set for the second half as well. 19-14 is the lead for Wilmington, but Sandwich knocking on the door again here. Well, it's been a long night. Usually we'd be just about ready to wrap up the broadcast tonight. We're not even at halftime. We've had a lightning delay. That lasted about 50 minutes. We had an injured player delay from Sandwich. That lasted a good 10-15 minutes. Plus the passing attack of Sandwich. We've seen 33 points in this first half, pending what Sandwich does here. I mean, there's been a lot of clock stoppages.
Well, it sure has.
Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Rogers out of the gun. They have one timeout left, 34 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 10 for Sandwich from the 12 of Wilmington. Rogers has it. Handoff to Randa up the middle. That doesn't go anywhere. And the clock will continue to roll. I don't know. So 3rd and 8 coming up for Sandwich here. Clock rolls down to 18 seconds to go in the half. Rogers out of the gun. Trips receivers to the near side. Rogers trying to get away from pressure. Trying to get to the corner. Looking downfield, and he's dropped at the 8-yard line. Boy, Joe Mann and Kirchner combined, down to 5 seconds to go in the half. As Rogers picked up almost 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 5. The Indians will more than likely attempt a field goal here. Ball is at the, is it on the 7-yard line? So it would be 14, a 24-yard field goal should they attempt it here. That's what I would do. It looks like the kicker's got a pretty decent leg.
Might as well go for it. They might try for the touchdown, but I'm careful about that.
Five seconds left in the half. We are at 9:59. So as soon as this half ends, it will be 10 o'clock Central Time. See what Sandwich does here. They can get it to within 2 points at the half. They will put the kick down at the 15, which makes this a 25-yard field goal. As on to attempt it is Thomas Saida. Saida's got a decent leg. We'll see what happens here. A little bit of a high snap. The kick looks good. And it is. Beautiful kick from Thomas Saida. It's 19-17, the lead for Wilmington. 1.7 seconds left to go in the half. Boy, it looked like Wilmington for a while was going to regain control of this thing. And the defense just hasn't really been there other than that one pick six.
Yeah, they had one of a couple possessions where they stopped them. The last one was the pick six. Got in there, and since then they have not controlled the game again. It seems like that the Indians came back out and took it back over again. It's been like two different games going on in front of us. Goes back and forth.
We still have a kickoff to come. Be sure to stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center over there in Braidwood, where they care beyond repair. Getting an accident, need somebody to fix that vehicle of yours, be sure to call Warren. Busy guy and does a lot of good work down there in Braidwood. Is there a particular reason they're kicking off from the 45-yard line? I was going to say, somebody better notice this. I set up at the 45. I'm like, oh, last time I checked, you were supposed to kick off for the 40, but I don't know. So the ball teed up at the 40. Kick here on the far sideline. That's going to go out of bounds. My goodness, how many kicks have we seen go out of bounds tonight?
Good shooter, I'll tell you that.
It has to be about 3/4 of the kicks tonight have gone out of bounds.
Let me see, 6, 10.
So 1.7 seconds to go in the half. 19-17 is the lead for Wilmington.
Is that just the ambulance taking off now?
Yeah, they're just now taking off with that injured Sandwich Indian in the ambulance. And the Cats will just take a knee here. That will bring us to the half. 19-17 is the lead for Wilmington. Boy, what a long first half. Welcome into the halftime show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center out in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. We'll be back in just a moment with your first half stats and a bunch of scores from around the area. It's 19-17 Wilmington over Sandwich at the break. Back in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN Representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN Representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
1917, the lead for Wilmington at the half here on our opener of the 2014 season. My goodness, what a night it's been. We had a lightning delay. We had a couple of injured players. The last one had to be carted off. Sandwich has been passing the ball the entire night, so we've had a lot of clock stoppages. We've had 36 points scored, so it's taken a long time to play this first half. But we've gotten there. 1917 Wilmington, your first half totals. First of all, for the Sandwich Indians, rushing the football, Kyle Rogers, 6 rushing attempts for -6 yards. That's including his sack totals. Mark Ladinsky, 4 rushes for 14 yards. Cody Randa, 4 rushes for 63 yards and a touchdown tonight. And Gabe Masonette, 1 rush. Is that for -8 yards or 8 yards?
I put down, I don't know, I was thinking it was 8 yards, but it might have been -8.
So on the ground, Sandwich, 15 rushing attempts for 79 yards and a touchdown tonight. Through the air.
-8.
It's -8. Okay, so Gabe Mason at -8 yards. 15 rushing attempts for 79 yards tonight for Sandwich in that first half. Passing the ball, Kyle Rogers is 4 of 9 for 88 yards and a touchdown. He also has an interception, a pick 6 tonight. And actually has thrown 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions.
Receptions, Mark Ladinsky, 1 reception for 9 yards in that first half. Zach Dabbert, 1 reception for 3 yards. 1 yard on 1 reception for Trevor Dabbert. And Travis Forden, 1 reception for 75 yards and a touchdown. So again, Rogers, 4 of 9 for 88 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. First half total for Sandwich, 167 yards of offense, and that's a lot against the Wilmington defense.
-8.
Oh, you didn't take the -8 out. So it would be 71 yards rushing and 159 yards total.
A lot of yards to get up in half. Most of it on
When
2
you look
plays.
at it, it's still a lot of yards. For Wilmington tonight, rushing the football, Mason Southall, 5 rushing attempts for -5 yards. Nick Hawkins, 13 rushing attempts for 97 yards and a touchdown. Nick McWilliams, 8 rushing attempts for 23 yards and 2 touchdowns, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin Hawks, 1 rush for 4 yards. On the ground, Wilmington, 27 rushing attempts, 116 yards. Through the air, Mason Southall is 1 of 2 for 2 yards. That reception caught by Joe Mann. The Cats, 118 yards total tonight. That's not getting the job done, really, offensively, other than 1 or 2 big plays.
Yeah. On both sides, if you take the Indians, they got 120 yards in 2 plays. The rest of the time, they had 30 yards the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You giving up the big play is
you
hurt
can't do
Wilmington
that.
before. So tonight, 19-17 is a lead for Wilmington over Sandwich here at the break. Halftime show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center over in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. Warren's Collision Center and all of the staff do a great job over there and do it in a courteous manner as well. So be sure to go by to Warren's. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with scoring updates from all over the area. We've given them to you a lot tonight. We'll give you the official scoring update total in just a minute. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center on the Christian Invest Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Halftime show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center over there in Braidwood. Give you the score from around the area here in just a moment. 19-17 is the lead for Wilmington. We're at the break. Sandwich, with their brand new offense, has come to play tonight. They managed to put some points on the board and at various times have moved the football fairly easily on Wilmington as well.
I think the thing that's really been outstanding to me about Sandwich is the team speed. 2 different players have run off and left Wilmington defenders right in the tracks, and boy, that doesn't happen very often. They have a fantastic team speed.
Well, as a reminder, next week you can join us when Wilmington goes on the road for the first time to take on the Coal City Kohlers. Once again, 7:15 broadcast time. That's what it's scheduled for. The Fresh Soft game goes a little long. The broadcast starts a little late as well. But we'll be on the road from Coal City next week. Interesting road schedule this year. Includes games up at Westmont.
Oh, our
We get
Westmont
to go to
game, yeah.
Uncle Bub's and
Yes.
go over to Westmont. So he includes games at Lyle. It's up at Benedictine University. We go there again this year. So.
Remember that time we did the baseball game up there and they had the lightning delay?
Yeah, that whole place.
Oh, man.
All right, so scoring updates from around the area. Well, Peatone's quick 21-0 lead evaporated. Lyle wins 33-21 over Peatone
really?
tonight. Lyle comes back on a roll and defeats Peatone 33-21. Westmont leading Chicago Christian 49-21 in the third quarter. That's the third quarter, 49-21. And Mantino up on Herscher. That scored 19-0 in the first half over in Mantino. Yorkville defeated Plano tonight 34-6. Dwight and Seneca are tied at 7 in the third quarter.
Really?
That's interesting. And Coal City leads Reed Custer 20-13 at the half. So Reed Custer within 7 of Coal City. Seneca and Dwight tied at 7 as well.
Now, Braidwood, Reed Custer, they have new coach this year, right?
Yep. Some more, and we'll kind of expand these scoring updates from the rest of the area. Providence 21-10 over Joliet Catholic tonight. That is now a final, so Providence can still win there. Lincoln Way North 49-0 over LaSalle Peru tonight. That's a final. I don't know what this MIN is. I'm guessing that's Minooka. 21-7 over Morris, I'm guessing. Riverside Brookfield, a 15-14 leader over Hinsdale Central. Joliet Central losing 20-0 tonight to Thornridge. Joliet West losing 12-9 last time we saw. Marmion a 6-0 lead on Plainfield Central. Plainfield East leading Rich Central 9-6 tonight. Oak Park River Forest a 28-21 lead on Lincoln Way East. And Lamont 7-0 over Plainfield South. That's kind of our extended scores from around the area. We'd like to give you I-8 scores and then some of the other ones as well. But that'll get you up to speed on some of the scores from around the area. Interesting that Coal City only up on 7 on Reed Custer, and Seneca and Dwight tied at 7 in the third quarter, which is very interesting.
I'll show you what kind of a case we're in. It was amusing that your wife texted you and wanted you to be sure to bring that drink from McDonald's, and we're a long ways from going to McDonald's.
So 2 minutes to go before we kind of re-rack things for the second half. So about 5 minutes before we get the second half underway. Take ourselves a break. We'll come back, get you set for the second half here in just a moment.
I got a question for you before we do that. Why is it in high school football they do the whole halftime all this time, then they come back out and set the clock all over for 3 minutes? Why can't they make that a part of the halftime?
Don't know.
Oh, my.
Take a break. Come back in the second half in a moment. You've been listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Warren's Collision Center over in Braidwood, where they care beyond the repair. Back in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com, or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City. ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Well, honestly, we are going to start a second half at some point. We will, somewhere, sometime. As late as this game has gone tonight, you would think somebody would be in a mood to kind of speed up the start of the second half, but
I would think so.
Apparently we're not. So there's still a minute and a half left on the clock to warm up for the.
I mean, Wilmington has finished the warm up. They're already huddled up or waiting for them to call them out in the field.
So is Sandwich. The referees have finally decided, well, I guess we can start this now. So apparently we're getting ready to start the second half here. Sandwich will receive. If you remember, they won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Well, the Cats have had their problems tonight.
Yes, they have.
It's actually kind of interesting that they're still winning this game. It doesn't really seem like they should be.
Well, they gave up that touchdown at the first of the game, down 7-0, and then since then they've controlled the game 19-10, but that makes it a 19-17 ball game. So, yeah.
Boy, the stands have thinned out. Well, I can't really blame them. It's what, 10:30?
I'm trying to stay awake.
It's 10:20. We haven't even started the second half yet.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. We got our game going. We'll get some excitement going here again.
Because I'd rather finish this thing tonight than redo the entire thing tomorrow.
Wilmington's taking the field now. We'll get ready to go here. Now, if we can get the Indians out in the field, we got it made.
Well, Casillas will tee it up at the 40, kicking off left to right here. The Cats lead at 19-17. We had about an hour delay for lightning. Then we had a couple of injuries, one of them serious enough to have the cart come out and take one of the Sandwich Indians off the field. Then we had what seemed like a halftime that lasted
3 hours.
Yeah, 45 minutes or something. So we are set to get the second half underway. Casillas has it teed up at the 40, going to kick off left to right here. Zach Dabbert back deep for Sandwich. Kick comes near side. Guess what? If he would have let it go, it would have gone out of bounds. 20, 25. My goodness. Trevor Dabbert picked it up and ran to the 25. You just let it go, he could have gotten the ball 10 yards farther downfield.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was going straight out of bounds.
He wasn't thinking. He could have had a pretty good field position, couldn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Could have gotten 10 more yards out of it.
They're going to put it in 26 instead.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Indians. Trips receivers to the far side, one to the near. Again, Rogers out of the gun. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rogers looking left side, tucks it, tries to run with it, and gets dropped at about the 27. Picks up maybe a yard. Good pursuit on the play by Wilmington. 2 or 3 defenders in on the stop. So bring up 2nd and 9 for the Indians. Again, trips receivers to the far side, one to the near. Rogers out of the gun, flanked by one back to his right. Takes the snap. Handoff goes Randa, makes a move, gets around man, the middle linebacker to the 40, 45, midfield, 40, 35, 30, and is finally knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. A gain of about 43 yards on the run by Cody Randa, and Joe Mann just could not make the stop middle of the field. Randa made a nice move, a little juke, and was off to the races.
Yeah, he's got 108 yards and 2 carries.
So Rogers out of the gun, takes the snap, drops the ball, and gets away from the defender, and now is sacked. Good pressure up the middle by Vince Swift. He missed the sack, but Capwell and there to kind of clean it up for the Cats. Coming up on 11 minutes to go, 2nd down and 15 to go for Sandwich. 3 receivers to the far side, one to the near, pass fired, almost intercepted. Caught at the 32-yard line. Joe Mann makes the stop. Reception made by Travis Forden. Gain of 4 yards for Forden on the reception will bring up 3rd down and a long 11, almost 12. Again, 2 receivers to the far side, one to the near. Out of the gun is Rogers. Flanked by 2 backs. Rogers swing pass to the far side. Caught by Trevor Dabber trying to get the corner. Makes a move. Gets down to the 25-yard line before he's dropped. And a gain of close to 7 will bring up 4th down and 5 for Sandwich. They'll, of course, go for it here. No point in punting and too far away to kick a field goal. Trips receivers to the near side, one at the far. Rogers out of the gun, one running back to his right. 4th and 5 from the Wilmington 25. Pass deflected and incomplete. Joe Mann got a hand on the pass, and Wilmington forces a turnover on downs.
Couple close passes that time almost became interceptions. That one there was just a little high. That could have been.
That's what Wilmington needed desperately. They needed a stop. They're giving up yardage left and right, it seems like, but only on big play. You know, it's like you said, on the average play, they're not giving up a lot, but there's been 3 or 4 big plays tonight.
They get about 35 yards other than 3 plays.
Yeah. But that's the key. You get
that's
50
right.
yards at a time. You don't need to get many yards the other plays.
That's just thinking. Fortin's averaging almost 39.5 yards a catch. He's only caught 2 balls.
Double wing for the Cats here. Southall under center. 1st and 10 for Wilmington. Dropping back, Southall. Steps up in the pocket, fires deep down the field as a receiver. Caught! Salome at the 35, 30, 20, 15, and Salome knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. '62-yard reception. Mason Southall to Alex Salome. What a pass that was. Hit Salome on the run. It was almost double covered. Alex made a nice grab and then got away from the defender and managed to get all the way down inside the 15. 13-yard line is where the ball is located at the moment. Boy, that was a beautiful pass from Southall. And the thing he did well that time was stepping up in the pocket.
Yeah.
Stepping up away from the pressure.
Well, and just enough time to get that pass down there.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Ball at the 13 of Sandwich. Southall pitch back to Hawkins. Nothing doing. Maybe a yard or 2. Boy, that's just tough sledding. Sandwich has done a nice job tonight against the run game. Cody Randall on the stop for the Indians. Bring up 2nd down and 9. A gain of a yard for Hawkins.
Early in the game, Hawkins was getting some pretty good gains. But it's been kind of rough going lately.
It's interesting that they've gone away from McWilliams. McWilliams had so much success early in the game, and it seems like the Cats haven't really gone to him a whole lot. Again, double wing here. Hawkins back to fullback position out of the shotgun. Hawkins, right side. Nothing doing. Gets down to about the 10. That's it.
Nick Hawkins on the carry. Bring up the 3rd and long here for Wilmington.
Good grief. That's an absolutely ridiculous spot if they're going to put the ball out at the, it's almost the 13-yard line. They said no gain. Now, I understand his knee went down, but he certainly was beyond that point in the field. In any case, it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Wilmington. 8:35 to go in the third. Ball at the Sandwich 13-yard line. Southall out of the gun against double wing here. Southall keeps it left side. Has a wall of blockers in front of him. Down inside the 10 to the 5. Southall lunges for the end zone and he's in. Touchdown, Mason Southall on the Wilmington Wildcats. A 13-yard touchdown run for Mason Southall. And that makes it now 25-17 Wilmington, pending the extra point. But that's what you really want at the Cats. Get him out on the end, get a line of blockers in front of him, and let him make some.
Yeah, that was a nicely conceived play, rolling out to the left like that. And then he had a whole wall of blockers, at least three to four blockers out in front of him.
The kick here from Casillas is good. And the Cats go up 26-17, up by 8 with 8:21 to go in the third. Cats lead Sandwich. We're back in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
8:21 to go in the third, 26-17. I said it was an 8-point lead, didn't I? I was thinking of the 25-17 lead. It's a 9-point lead.
9 point.
There goes my excellent math skills. 26-17 the lead for Wilmington. It is a 9-point lead. I was thinking 25-17. That kick goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Denver did like you said last time.
Yeah, let it go.
Instead of feeling it, just let it go. Bounce one more time, went out of bounds. Then he got the ball way up here at the 35-yard line.
Right, get great field position every single time. You just let the kick go out of bounds. So the Cats up by 9. That forces Sandwich to have to score twice. Of course, they are very well capable of doing that. And shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Out of the gun is Rogers. Snap back to Rogers. Handoff goes Randa up the middle, and there's a flag. And I think finally something will be called on Sandwich. Maybe. Of course, it's not necessarily a guarantee.
Yeah, you never know. We'll find out here.
It is a hold on the Indians. Miranda got the handoff, picked up about 3 or 4 yards, but it's not going to matter. The hold is almost from the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to make it first and close to 20 for the Indians with 8:16 to go in the third.
For the Indians, it's not what you want to do when you're trying to catch up, but they can score in a hurry. You've got the speed to do it.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Rogers handing it off to the fullback again. Gets back to the 25, and that's about it. Joe Mann and Hawkins combine on the stop. That's Cody Randa, who got maybe a yard. Actually, it's almost like no gain. 2nd down and 20 upcoming for Sandwich. Again, 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Rogers out of the gun, Randa to his right in the backfield. Rogers takes the snap, looks right side, fires, and in and out of the hands of Cody Randa on the screen pass at the 25-yard line to bring up 3rd down and 20.
Well, if you can get him out of that, he can make some money there, boy.
You can tell who they want to get the ball to, and I can't blame him. Randa's a big kid, and he's got a lot of speed and good moves.
Yeah, and there was only two Wilmington players, I think, out on that end. That's the 2 playing pass defense on the wide receivers.
3rd and 20. Randa in motion again on the backfield. Another pass to him, incomplete. overshot Randa by a good 10 yards. There was just nothing there, and it'll bring up 4th and 20.
Now, what Wilmington did then was they brought everybody at him. He had to throw it quick, and he didn't have a chance to set up his screen the way he wanted to. That's what coach's philosophy is. Get to him fast. Don't give him a chance to set up.
So Sandwich will get set to punt it away here. Thomas Saida will look to get a punt off.
Now,
Hedrick and Saar back deep. Kick far side to Austin Hedrick. Catches this one cleanly. Now across midfield, there's a flag down. Huge surprise. And Hedrick returns down to the 45-yard line. But this is more than likely a block in the back or holding or something along those lines. The flag came right in the middle of the field where Wilmington was trying to block.
holding, early we used the hands or one or the other. Blocking the back.
So blocking the back will move the ball back, I think, to the 45 moment. No, farther than that. Good grief, all the way back to the 40. So there goes the really good field position for the Cats. 7:26 to go in the third. 26-17 is the lead for Wilmington. So double wing here for the Cats is Mason Southall back under center, trying to hand off left side. McWilliams trying to get a step across the 45, still turning out to midfield before he's finally tripped up. A gain of 10 for Nick McWilliams.
That's his first carry this half.
First and 10 for Wilmington from midfield.
Yeah, you're right. They'd gotten away from him since the early part of the game, but now they came back and they got a good 10-yard gainer there. Nice job up the middle.
The second half so far has had a little bit more of a flow to it than the first half had. There was so many snappages in play in the first half that you couldn't really get anything going.
Yeah, and that's why it took so long. In addition to the person was hurt and all that.
Double wing for the Cats. Hawkins off the right side. Picks up 4, maybe 5, close to the 45-yard line. Stop made on the play by Luke Hardesty for the Indians. Bring up second down and 5 for Wilmington. This is what you want if you're the Cats. Use clock. Move the ball at a 5-10-yard clip. Use up a good chunk of the third quarter and get another score. And knock on wood, where's wood? Knock on wood, no ridiculous penalties this drive.
Yeah, that's true. Got to stay away from those penalties. All right, here they come.
Double wing for the Cats, second and 5 from the 45-yard line of Sandwich. Again, Hawkins and McWilliams are the wingbacks. Handoff McWilliams, left side. That hit at the 45. Didn't get much, maybe a yard or two, and that's it. Boy, this Sandwich run defense is pretty stout. Alex Mason out on the stop. Bring up third down and 4 for Wilmington. Clock rolls down to 6 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, missed these sustained drives by Wilmington. We haven't had them tonight very often, it seems like. But the last two, they've got some drives going, and that's eating up the clock.
Third and 4, double wing for the Cats again. Dropping back, Southall rolls right side, looking downfield, keeps it himself to the 40, to the 35, hurdles a defender down to the 33. And a gain of 10 on the run by Mason Southall. It will be a Wilmington first down.
Mason has carried the ball twice this half for 22 yards. So coach is saying a little something in there. So got some chance to make some yards.
Well, it's been an interesting first game of the year. There's been a lot of scoring. There's been some penalties. There have been some misplays. There's been some drops of a few things. But for the most part, it's been a pretty entertaining game. A couple of pretty good opponents matching up in week 1.
Yeah, Tyler Brimmer in there as the running back now.
Double wing again out of the shotgun this time. Southall almost dropped the snap. Keeps it himself inside the 30. Gets pounded at the 25-yard line. And what was a broken play. Mason Southall still picks up a good chunk of yards.
He gave about 7 yards.
Yeah, about 7, close to 8. Bring up second down and short for Wilmington. Well, that could have been disaster. The snap almost going right
Oh.
by Mason.
Good reflexes by Mason. He jumped up in the air and knocked the ball down and then caught it as it came down and still got 8 yards.
So second down and a long 2. Wilmington trying to figure out who's in the game and who's not. Double wing again for the Cats. Hand off right side. Hawkins gets hit at the 23 and shoved backwards. Should be pretty close to a first down, though.
A little less than
Might
2
be
yards.
Just shy of the first down. Third down and about a half a yard or so. Maybe about the length of the football. I think here would be, I'm no Barry Southall, but another one of your quarterback bootlegs here might get you a pretty good chunky yard. You still have fourth down to pick up the half a yard, but we'll see. Del Angel in there now at fullback. Southall under center. Handoff left side. McWilliams breaks a tackle down inside the 20, close to the 19-yard line before he's tripped up. So a gain of 5 yards for Nick McWilliams. The ball just inside the 20. It'd be 1st and 10 for Wilmington, down to 3:40 to go in the third quarter. So if anything, the Cats are using clock on this drive. And remember, Sandwich already needs 2 scores.
Yeah, and this is
getting almost to the end of the third quarter.
This is the kind of game that Wilmington likes to run. This is their bread and butter right here.
So again, Del Angel stays in at fullback. Handoff McWilliams left side. Has a hole down to the 15. Gets tripped up there. A gain of 5, though, and Wilmington starting to assert their will here in the third quarter.
Well, Nick Williams had 8 carries for 23 yards in the first half, and he's had 4 carries for 22 yards in the second half. Or 20 yards, 20 yards.
And I believe we got a water break here. So we have officials timeout for a water break. 2:58 to go in the third. 26-17 is the lead for Wilmington. By the way, Coal City still up on Reed Custer, 20-13. That's with 2:20 to go in the third. East Peoria leads Streeter 7-6. That's the end of the third. And anything on Dwight on this list? All right, well, we'll let you know if we hear from Dwight. Westmont still leading Chicago Christian, by the way, and of course, Lyle came back to defeat Piatone. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today.
2:58 to go in the third. 26-17 is the lead for Wilmington. Second down and 5 for the Cats. Ball just inside the 15 of Sandwich. This is a big drive for Wilmington. If they can use up some clock and get in the end zone, it's going to make things awfully difficult on Sandwich. Double wing here. Handoff to the fullback. Del Angel breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and is finally spun to the ground inside the 10. Picks up about 7 yards on that one. It should be another Wilmington first down. The ball at the 7-yard line of Sandwich. Boy, Del Angel is coming in there, and man, as he started to bash some heads.
Tell you what, that was some tough run. That's what you call running in traffic. And he had, I think, about 3 hits that was put on him.
Del Angel
grinding him out.
Is a 5'10", 200-pound senior fullback. Now back to double wing again for the Cats. First and goal from the 7. Southall under center. Handoff left side. McWilliams cuts it back inside the 5. Gets stacked up at about the 4-yard line. Coming up now, 2nd and goal for Wilmington. I believe that was Alex Masonette. Get on a stop for Sandwich. The clock continues to roll. We're approaching 2 minutes to go in the third. And the Cats up by 9, knocking on the door again. Double wing, that's Hawkins and McWilliams at wingbacks. Delangel still in there at fullback. Southall under center, 2nd and goal from the 4. Handoff Hawkins, right side, breaks a tackle, lunges toward the goal line. I don't think he's in, but he got close.
Boy, he's right about 6 inches away from it.
So Luke Hardesty in on the stop for Sandwich will bring up 3rd and goal from the 1. If Sandwich is going to stay in this game, they really need to get a stop right here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Again, Hawkins and McWilliams at wingbacks. Delangel at fullback. Southall keeps it himself off the left side. I don't know if he got it or not. Did he? There is no signal. Certainly looked like he should be in, and he is. Touchdown for Wilmington as Mason Southall on their 1-yard keeper. We'll make it 32-17, pending the extra point from Mr. Casillas.
It certainly looked like he went forward that far, but boy, it took him a long time before they called it.
So Casillas on here for the extra point attempt. Hedrick will hold. And snap, the hold is good, and the kick from Casillas is good as well.
He can kick.
33-17, the lead for Wilmington. A little bit of breathing room, but we all know Sandwich can score in a hurry, so don't go anywhere. This thing's not over yet. 1:12 to go in the third. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 30 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com or call 815-521-0900. Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria in downtown Coal City is an authentic Italian restaurant that's all about sharing great food in a relaxing atmosphere. Ricchetti's has delicious paninis, sandwiches, calzones, salad, pasta, and of course their incredible pizza. Plus, you can check out a game on one of their many TVs, and they have Wi-Fi too. Stop by Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria today at 375 South Broadway in Coal City.
And a big thank you to Ricchetti's Cafe and Pizzeria for being our archive sponsor this year, brand new this year. Kick from Casillas bounces to the 30-yard line. Fumble on the play, but I think Sandwich got back on top of it at the 30. 1:08 to go in the third. We'll see if this Wilmington defense can build on the last stop that they got. It's definitely going to be a learning process for the Cats from week 1 to week 2.
Yes. I'm wondering about Coal City having a battle with Braidwood or Reed Custer tonight.
I believe the Kohlers are winning that one now, 27-13.
They're beginning to stretch it out now.
They got everything they wanted, that's for sure. Rogers hammered as he got rid of it, and then the receiver gets planted. That's Kevin Coons who got lit up. Rogers absolutely got crushed as he got rid of the football. I believe it was either Kirchner or maybe Swift who got in there. I don't know how Rogers got back up that fast because he got absolutely lit up. 2nd down and 2, a gain of 8. Handoff goes up the middle. This is Mark Ladinsky who gets stacked up after a gain of 5, maybe 6. Out to the 44-yard line. Yeah, 1st down for the Indians. Well, Sandwich still within 2 scores here.
Yeah. Wow.
They can get 2-point conversion to be 25 and another 2-point conversion to be 33, so it's still within striking distance for the Indians. Trips receivers to the near side, and Rogers, I think he missed the handoff, and he gets dropped back at the 38 by Kirchner again.
Yeah, he couldn't get a hold of the ball.
I think he was supposed to hand that off to Ladinsky, but didn't get the snap. cleanly and then was kind of hung out to dry at that point. Down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the far. Second down and 15 for Sandwich from their own 38. Pass fired deep. That's nowhere near anybody, and they throw a flag on that. That's absolutely, I mean, that pass was thrown about 15 yards over the receiver's head. They're going to call that a penalty. Matter of fact, the receiver even cut back to the inside over the top of the defender, and that pass just sailed. No, that's not a very good call.
That's an awful call.
But in any case, it will give Sandwich a first down. Nothing you can do about it now. 1st and 10 from the Wilmington 46.
And the quarterback was leveled again when he got rid of that ball.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. You want to talk about uncatchable. That thing was thrown into the next county. Take a break, come back with the fourth quarter. Back in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
ACN representative Pete Treby has a very simple way for you to save money on your monthly bills. All you have to do is go to Pete's website and fill out the free analysis form. Then Pete will show you a detailed way to save money on everything: wireless, satellite TV, high-speed internet, local and long distance, computer support, and coming soon, save money on energy. Go to the sponsors page on this website, click on ACN representative Pete Treby's link, fill out the free analysis form, and start saving money today. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's Q-U-I-G tech.com.
Well, the one up the middle goes next to nowhere. Maybe a gain of a yard or two for Sandwich. That was Ladinsky on the carry. Gain of a yard. Bring up 2nd down and 9 for Sandwich. Well, the Indians definitely aided by what was a, pretty poor call.
Yeah.
Fumble on the play out of the shotgun. It's loose. I think Rogers got back on top of it. And then we'll bring up 3rd down and 12, so a loss of 3 yards there.
3rd down for the Indians.
11:15 to go in the game. It's 33-17 Wilmington.
Tell you what, that quarterback is going to be an awfully sore guy in the morning.
Rogers, a low snap, fires, deflected, almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete. I believe it was Hawkins got his hand in the pass. And then we'll bring up 4th down and 12 for Sandwich. Down with 11:02 to go in the game. As back deep for the Cats is Hedrick, and I believe that's Jordan Saar. Snap back, the kick. He has a nice one. Bounces at the 23, kicks inside the 20, and now will be touched back out at the 20-yard line. So Wilmington will take over there, 1st and 10. 10:53 to go in the game. The Cats up by 16.
Okay.
We'll see what Wilmington does here. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Cats can put together a little bit of a sustained drive here and use up some of this clock.
They can pretty well kind of put the game on ice if they can do that. They can get a long drive out of this.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Again, double wing. Another flag down, and we've got an illegal substitution. Got to be on Sandwich because nobody are offsides. It looked like he said illegal substitution, didn't it?
I didn't know if that guy got off the field enough, but
Well, in any case, it's a 5-yard penalty against Sandwich. 1st and 5 for the Cats from their own 25-yard line. One thing about it, it looks like Sandwich at least has the beginnings of something here.
Yes, they do. They have some nice team speed, boy. And they've got some pass threat. You give that quarterback some time.
Double wing, handoff, McWilliams left side. Wow. Nowhere to go there. Hit at the line of scrimmage. He does spin forward. Mark Ladinsky on the stop for Sandwich. Bring up 2nd down and 3 yards to go for Wilmington. Out at the 27-yard line. Well, be sure to join us next week. We'll be over in Coal City. Wilmington renews the rivalry with the Kohlers right down the street. 7:15 broadcast time for our pregame show, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company.
That'll probably be worth the price of admission. Those two teams love to fight it out.
Double wing again for the Cats. Handoff right side. Hawkins, boy, nowhere to go there. He's going to lose some yardage. Actually, lose a lot of yardage before this is said and done. All the way back to about the 20-yard line. I mean, there was nowhere to go either. Well, that's a loss of about 7 yards or so.
Wow.
Bring up 3rd down and close to 11. By the way, final score tonight, Coal City holds on to beat Reed Custer 27-13.
That's a pretty tough game for Coal City there. Reed Custer gave him a pretty good fight for most of the game.
3rd and close to 11 for Wilmington. 9:25 to go in the game. 33-17 the Cats lead. Double wing again for the Cats. There's a false start if I've ever seen one. I was beginning to wonder if they were even going to throw the flag. It seemed relatively obvious. There's a false start to make it 3rd down and 16.
It wasn't too hard to see, huh?
It wasn't difficult. Let's just put it that way.
No. Okay.
Actually surprised we haven't seen more of that tonight with as many new faces as are on this offensive line for the Cats. You talk about rebuilding an offensive line.
Yeah,
they have 4 new starters on it this year, and the 5th one, I think, got moved.
Yeah, so really, you're just talking about a whole new line.
All right, 1 receiver to either side. Double wing for the Cats again. 3rd down and 16. Handoff goes to the fullback Hawks. That's nothing doing. Picks up a couple. Will bring up 4th down. One thing that did do for the Cats, though, was use up some clock. As the clock rolls down to about 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the game. Still just a 2-score game, though.
About 2:20 they ran off the clock, and it's still going.
And Sandwich should get very good field position out of this. And if they can get a couple of scores, a couple of 2-point conversions, that's well within a realm of possibility here. Kirchner to punt from the 16. Line drive kick this time. Good one, though. Bounces at the 45 of Sandwich and will be touched dead there by Southalls. So the Indians will have it 1st and 10 from their own 45 with 8:05 to go in the game. Be sure to stick around for our postgame show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Trevey. We'll have final stats for you. We'll also have our interview with Coach Jeff Raines coming up in the postgame show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Trevey. In just about 8 minutes or so of clock time anyway. So out of the gun once again. And this time a new quarterback, and there's a fumble on the shotgun snap, and Wilmington has it.
Yeah.
Well, a fumble on the snap, and it's Mr. Kirchner. Well, it was either Kirchner or, let's see, who actually came up with that? It was Kyle Davis who ended up recovering the fumble as the snap a little bit high as Austin Smith had checked into the game to play quarterback a little bit for Sandwich. Smith was a 5'9", 165-pound senior and could not handle the snap.
Yeah. And that snap was up over his head. He did manage to knock it down, but it went on the ground and didn't have enough time. The Wilmington Wildcats were in on it, and he had not a shot at it.
So Wilmington has it 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dropping back to pass, Southall. Looking downfield, now tries to scramble away and gets dragged down at the 34-yard line. Making the stop is Alex Masonette, but not before a gain of 5 yards for Mason Southall. 7:45 to go in the game now, and the Cats trying to burn clock. Second down and 5 for Wilmington from the 33-yard line of the Indians.
Kind of wondered if the original quarterback for them wasn't pretty well banged up. Keys, Rogers, I mean.
Double wing here, dropping back. Southall looking right side, tries to scramble away. His pass goes off the hands of Nick McWilliams at the 25-yard line, and it'll bring up third down at 5. See what the Cats can do here on third down at 5. Wilmington leads at 33-17 with 7:09 to go. The Cats just trying to hang on to the football and keep Sandwich off the field. Streeter, by the way, up on East Peoria, 14-7 with about a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Brand new I-18, the Streeter Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. That's what my home team was when I was in high school.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Southall fires deep down the sideline. Has Lomi caught inside the 5-yard line. Down around the 2. What a pass from Southall.
Beautiful.
Lomi got free and made the catch. A gain of 26 yards, I do believe, somewhere in that neighborhood.
You know, he's not had bad night. He's caught 2 passes for 78 yards.
So first and goal from the 2 for Wilmington. Again, back to double wing. Southall under center. And handoff goes Hawkins, and he just walks in. Gets a nice block on the right side and just cruises in. Good block on the play by Kyle Davis over there to seal a corner. And Wilmington now up 39-17 with 7 minutes to go in the game, and the Cats about ready to attempt an extra point. And now you can kind of start breathing a little bit easier if you're a Wildcat fan. It didn't look good for the first half, but
boy, it sure didn't look really particularly favorable. That's right.
The Cats' offense started to get on track in the first half, and they've really gotten on track in the second half. There's another mishandled snap. This time was a different holder for the Cats, though. Somebody off the sophomore team. Hedrick was getting looked at for an injury earlier, so they brought in somebody from the sophomore team to handle the snap, and that did not work so well. So 39-17 is the lead for Wilmington. 6:59 to go in the game. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Styling Salon in Wilmington is a casual, family-friendly salon that caters to people of all ages. Teresa's provides everything from haircuts to perms to manicures, and they can highlight or color your hair for that special look. Teresa's is located in the Southgate Plaza on Water Street in Wilmington. Call today for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
Line drive kick taken down at the 10-yard line. Now it goes to 20, 25-30, 35-40, and finally tripped up out of bounds is Zach Dabber, but not before he returns it all the way to the 42-yard line.
Well, he's got some speed, too. There's quite a few guys in there with a lot of speed.
So I'm saying, I mean, Wilmington thought they had a lot of speed, but this Sandwich team seems like they're loaded with it.
Yeah, the Sandwich team is much faster.
So 1st and 10 for Sandwich from their own 42-yard line. And once again, at quarterback for Sandwich is Austin Smith out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. That goes nowhere. Randa on the carry. No gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Well, I'm amazed as many people hung around here it did. In this Wilmington crowd, still quite a few people here. And then it's 11 o'clock at night. And quarterback keeper here by Austin Smith. Gets a yard, maybe 2. Stop made on the play by Anthony Casaneri. Oh, Streeter just gave up the lead to East Peoria. 15-14 East Peoria with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, no.
That gave her right back. Trapping back to pass. Smith fires over the middle. That's incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, Kevin Coons. And that will bring up 4th down and 8 for Sandwich. And they go 3 and out. Once again, Wilmington will get the football. Well, Sandwich started out like a house fire in this game. Got a 7-0 lead. Got the game back to 19-17 at one point. Had it back to within 2 points, and it's been all Wilmington since then. Kick here. Nice punt. Back to the 25. It'll kick bounce inside the Wilmington 20 down to the 16. And with 5:49 to go in the game, Wilmington will take over again. And we'll see the Cats, I think, are going with second-string quarterback here. Matter of fact, trying to get a few players out of the game. No real need to risk injuries here. This late in the game, especially when it's humid tonight, you've already been playing way longer than you planned on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just shuffling everybody in and out. I don't really know who's in there now, but we'll give you
it's changed.
We'll give you a little bit of a look here in just a moment.
They haven't got the play in yet.
There is no way they're going to get this play off. Down to 5 seconds to go on the clock. And Wilmington's going to have to use a timeout. Austin Hedrick, by the way, is the new quarterback for the Cats.
It took him forever to get a play in there. There's 10 seconds left, and he was still just leaving the coach over here.
Jake Capwell will be the fullback. One wingback is Jacob Casillas. And the other wingback is off the fresh soft team. I guess just sophomores this year, no freshmen. I think it might be Owen Weaver is the other wingback for the Cats. Be sure to stick around for our postgame show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Treby. We'll go over your final stats tonight. We'll also talk with head coach Jeff Reintz. Not coming your way here in about 6 minutes of game clock or so tonight.
What's interesting is on the depth chart, the Wilmington Wildcats have Nick Derner as the backup quarterback, and they've brought in Austin Hedrick. Oh,
I just lost all my paperwork. Well, Hedrick back under center here. 1st and 10 for the Cats. Handoff goes right side. Big hole all the way across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Goes Owen Weaver off the fresh soft team. Gets about 12 yards and a Wilmington first down. Owen Weaver, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore.
I don't know what his number is.
Well, he's off the fresh soft team, so it would be 43.
I know what to look for out there.
Double wing again for Wilmington. Hedrick taking plenty of time off the clock here. Breimer with the carry off the left side. Gets stacked up about the 28-yard line or so. Tyler Breimer, 5'8", 161-pound junior with the carry.
Well, he got 1 yard. He got the hard yard. Now he's got 9 more to get this time. Clock continues to run. Come down to 4:50 left in the game.
Second and 9 for the Cats.
I like the band being out there for the game and playing the drums and all.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It does add a lot to it.
All right.
Double wing for the Cats again. Handoff. This is Weaver. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still churning. Out across the 35 and close to the first down out at the 37-yard line.
41-yard line. 36-yard line.
Got 8 yards in that carry.
So bring up 3rd and a yard for Wilmington.
He's got 20 yards and 2 carries. That's not bad.
Third down and a yard upcoming. Back to the double wing for the Cats once again. Everything packed in. Hedrick running down every second he can off the clock. This Hedrick will take the snap. Handoff again. Weaver right side. Gets hit. I think he might have gotten enough for the first down. It's going to be close.
I think he just made it by about a quarter of a yard.
And he does. Weaver with a gain of 2. And now a whole raft of substitutions in for Wilmington here. So you see finally that second team offensive line checking in.
That offensive line has done a really good job the second half.
Yeah, they have. And they'll only get better. As the year goes along, they'll gel a little bit more. They'll get used to playing with each other. And it'll get better. 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 38-yard line down to 3:20 to go in the game. Handoff left side. Not really much doing there. Maybe a yard or 2 for Tyler Breimer. Be sure to join us again next week. We'll be over at Coal City. Wilmington on the road to take on the Kohlers in week 2. Both teams will be 1-0, so that'll be an interesting matchup next week. $7:15, we'll get your pregame show underway, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. 2:45 to go in this one. 2nd down and 8 for the Cats from their own 40. Handoff again to Weaver. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, fumbled the football. See who got back on top of it. Picked up close to 8 yards if the Cats can recover the fumble, and they will. A gain of 7 yards for Weaver to bring up 3rd down and a yard.
Weaver's a tough runner, isn't he?
He's done a nice job since he's come in, that's for sure. So Jeff Treadman will come on to lead the offense now. Austin Hedrick's night is done at quarterback. Jeff Treadman, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore, leading the offensive attack here. And he fumbled the snap. Well, that's pretty typical when something like that happens. You bring in a new quarterback and a new center as well, and Sandwich recovers the fumble, so it will be 1st and 10 for the Indians with 1:45 to go from the Wilmington 47-yard line. Cats still trying to get their defense out in the field. There's no way they're going to get everybody off the field. Handoff goes up the middle, gain of 5, but we got a flag for an illegal substitution. That, by the way, was Levi Rosenberger on the carry.
Oh, no.
Rosenberger with a 5-yard gain. Why in the world would they... the referees marked off the penalty even though the yardage in the run was just as much as the penalty yardage. The Cats still trying to get people off the field, and they were close to not doing it that time. Handoff goes up the middle, and again it's Rosenberger on the carry, picks up a couple. I don't think Wilmington can continue shuttling people on and off the field. They can get off the field fast enough. We had a snap in the play, but I don't know what was going on there. Everybody just stopped playing all of a sudden.
What is Wilmington doing? Why are they?
I mean, they're trying to get people on the field, but they're running a no-huddle, speed-up tempo game, and it's not working. Handoff again goes up the middle, down to the 30-yard line goes Rosenberger, a gain of about 11 yards. Be 1st and 10 for Sandwich from the Wilmington 30, down to 1 minute to go in the game. Handoff again, Rosenberger, a huge hole all the way down to the 20-yard line before he's tackled. Gain of 10 more yards.
Well, he's going to pad his statistics anyway.
Now, at this rate, Sandwich is going to get another score because this Wilmington defense, even though they just keep handing the ball over and over to Rosenberger, can't stop them. Now, the 50 seconds to go. And off again up the middle. That goes nowhere this time, though. Again, Rosenberger. Clock runs down to 35 seconds to go. By the way, the quarterback for Sandwich is Ethan Dockendorf, Jr. Dockendorf keeps it this time off the left side, down inside the 10, or maybe right at the 10. Picks up close to 10 yards. Down to 15 seconds to go in the game. Handoff Rosenberger down inside the 5. And Sandwich will get one more play off. We'll see if Wilmington can keep them out of the end zone. 4 seconds left. Ball is down around the 4-yard line. They run the clock. Handoff Rosenberger. He's stacked up and won't get in. Good stand from Wilmington defensively to wrap up the night. They don't allow a late touchdown. And the Cats win it 39-17 tonight. So Wilmington a 39-17 winner over Sandwich tonight. Stick around. Join us for the postgame show brought to you by ACN representative Pete Treby. We'll get your final stats, and we'll also talk to Coach Rinks as well. Back in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Rinks goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. If you need something done around your house, chances are Beth's Busy Bees can get it done. They specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, but they can also do lawn care, small home remodeling and repair jobs, and even things like caregiving. Beth's Busy Bees is a small family-owned business, and they will treat you right every time. Call 815-685-9111 for Beth's Busy Bees today. Warren's Collision Center is your hometown body shop specializing in top-of-the-line customer service. Warren's accepts all insurance companies, and they offer free estimates, certified technicians, and a lifetime written warranty. Plus, Warren's will set you up with a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop. So the next time you need work done on your vehicle, call my good friend Warren at 815-458-3300 or stop by Warren's Collision Center at 242 North Front Street in Braidwood. You can also check them out online at warrenscollision.com. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
39-17 is the final. Wilmington gets to win in the opening game tonight of the 2014 season. And defeats Sandwich here on the road in what's been a very, very late night. The Cats having their little huddle at midfield, and hopefully we'll talk to Coach Rinks here in just a few minutes. Got a couple of reporters he needs to talk to, and then he'll come up and talk to us. We'll give you the final stat totals here in just a moment as well. By the way, a few scores. Manteno up on Herscher 25-0. Manteno with the lead. That's in the fourth quarter. East Peoria beats Streeter tonight 15-14. Streeter, the new I-8 member. Coal City a 27-13 winner over Reed Custer tonight. So the Kohlers get a 2-touchdown win over the Comets. And be sure to join us next week for that as well. We'll be on the road at Coal City for that one. Westmont 56-34 tonight over Chicago Christian. As I believe that one is now a final as well. Seneca barely beats Dwight tonight. Seneca 14-7 winner over Dwight. And Lyle 33-21 over Piatone. Those are all final scores from tonight. Of course, we got real late tonight because of lightning, and then we had a couple of injuries on the field as well, and that's pushed us even later tonight. And so we'll get set to wrap some things up. Coach Rain's given a final interview on the field for newspaper tonight, and then he'll be up to talk to us here in the postgame show. And what will be a fairly abbreviated conversation with Coach Rains. I think everybody at this point would like this night to just kind of wrap up and go home. It's been one of those nights, not that it hasn't been fun, it has, but it's just been a long night and kind of crazy too. So we're finishing up the final little bit on the stats here. Big thank you to ACN Representative Pete Treby for sponsoring the post-game show tonight, and to all of our sponsors as well. Our pregame show sponsor, Breezer Construction Company. Halftime tonight was brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Our arcade sponsor once again this year is Ricetti's Cafe and Pizzeria. And the rest of our sponsors tonight include Catbackers. They meet every Wednesday at 7 over at Tuffy's. Also, Teresa Styling Salon, Best Busy Bees, Quigley Technology Services, and Phelan Acres Bible Church, all sponsoring things here tonight. Talk to Coach Rates here in just a moment, figuring up the last of your stats tonight. Coal City will be the opponent next week. 27-13 winner tonight over at Reed Custer over the Comets. That game was 7-7 at one point, and they went through kind of the same thing we did here tonight with weather delays and lightning and all that good stuff, and it's been just kind of crazy all over the area. Yorkville got a big win tonight over Plano as well, and I think we got most of the I-8 scores for you as we've gone through tonight. I know Manteno big up over Herscher. Lyle came back to defeat Piatone tonight. So I think we're just about ready with the stat totals here. It should be pretty close to it. And we'll give you those stats, and we'll give you an interview with Coach Rains as well as we get set to wrap up things here tonight. 39-17, the final stats as well. First of all, for Sandwich, rushing the football, Ethan Dockendorf, one rushing attempt for 10 yards tonight. Kyle Rogers ran the ball 10 times for, I can't make out what that is, 18 yards?
18.
Minus 18 yards. Mark Gladinsky, 6 carries for 21 yards tonight. Levi Rosenberger, late tonight at 31 yards on 7 carries. Cody Randa, big night for him. 7 rushing attempts, 108 yards, and a touchdown tonight. Gabe Masonette with 1 rush for -8 yards. Sandwich, 33 rushing attempts tonight for 141 yards and a touchdown, so 141 yards rushing for Sandwich. Passing the football tonight, Sandwich was 7 of 17 for 187 yards and a touchdown, along with a couple of interceptions. Mark Ladinsky, 1 reception for 9 yards. Zach Dabbert, 1 reception for 3 yards. Trevor Dabbert, 1 reception for 8 yards. Kevin Coons, 1 reception for 8 yards. Travis Forden, 2 receptions for 79 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown coming on a 75-yard touchdown reception. Sandwich on the night, 248 yards of total offense. For Wilmington tonight, rushing the football, Mason Southall, 10 rushing attempts for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nick Hawkins ran the ball 20 times tonight for 103 yards and a couple of scores. Gavin Hawks, 2 carries for 6 yards. Tyler Breimer, 3 yards on 2 carries. Nick McWilliams, 14 carries for 50 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Mason DelAngel, 1 rush for 7 yards. And Owen Weaver late in this one, 4 rushes for 28 yards. 228 yards on the ground tonight for the Cats. And a boatload of touchdowns. I think they ended up with 6 touchdowns on the ground tonight. Passing the football, Wilmington 3 of 5 from Mason Southall for 80 total yards tonight. 308 yards total. Joined now by Coach Jeff Raints. And, Coach, this is a late one tonight, and we saw a little bit of everything, but your guys did a good job of kind of getting into the flow of things after that whole lightning delay, and it seems like things started to pick up after that.
Yeah, whenever you hit a game one, the unknown is you're waiting, how's this team going to, and I think the kids were a little bit on eggshells to begin with, I'll be honest. I think a little bit nervous about things, and they got after, I thought overall we were playing okay. We were kind of moving the ball, then they got the big play on us. Mm-hmm. So we got on our heels, and then the lightning comes, and we got to go inside, and I'll be honest, it helped us. We regrouped a little bit.
Right.
But then come out, and we're that first half made a lot of adjustments on the fly, and they were going. They threw us off a little bit tonight by how quick their no huddle was, and so we couldn't get calls in, and our kids were confused, and so we changed up that a little bit. But overall, I was real happy with the defense, and then offensively, they did a great job of scheming us, which they always do, mm-hmm. and now it's just us against them. And the drive, third quarter, I believe the long drive in the third quarter I thought was crucial, and I thought that kind of we established ourselves a little bit there, and it went well.
And it seemed like, of course, you have a huge turnover at the line this year, a lot of young guys who haven't played before, but it seemed like as the game went on, they kind of got a little bit more confident and a little bit more sure of themselves. You could see that kind of in the second half as it kept going, that typical 5 yards at a time kind of thing started coming
I agree
back.
with you, right, and where the 3-yard gains became 5- and 6-yard gains, and I agree, and I tell you, Sandwich had, I know they went to a new scheme, but defensively they had a lot of their linemen back on both sides of the ball. And so for our younger kids to come up and to establish themselves, I thought that it's going to be huge. And hopefully we can take that in the next week with Coal City. But, big, real good first game. We went through some ups, went through some downs. I think injury-wise, I think we're okay. I hope the young man that was taken off for Sandwich is okay. I think he is.
And again, tonight it's kind of humid and hot, and we saw some of those things, a couple of water breaks tonight, and of course the lightning break, and then some injury things, and just seemed like it kept getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm sure kind of a break for you guys to get some of these younger guys in the game later on and get some of these guys out that have been in there for a while.
Right. No, it really is. And we were able to get most of the guys in the game. I think there was a couple we didn't, and we feel bad about that. But I was, for a first game, it's never going to go great, and we saw that tonight. And we had some wide eyes coming down the hill tonight, and we had some guys out of breath because they don't know how to handle themselves coming down the hill and being all excited. And but hey, I always say on game one, if you get the win, great, and if you make too many assumptions off one game, this team's this good, you make a mistake. You got to wait for game 2 or 3. Now you can start. Okay, well that team is pretty good, or this team is struggling a little. So it's good for us to get the win.
All right, Coach, good win tonight on the road to Coal City next week, which seems like every year we go to Coal City, but whatever. On the road to Coal City next week in what should be kind of an interesting game. I know they won tonight, so a couple of 1-0 teams, and it should be a good environment. Hopefully we don't get the same thing we had last year with all the rain and all that kind of stuff that happened. It should be a good, nice environment next week.
It'll be good, and it always is between us. And, we want to take our first 2 games and see where we're at. They're non-conference games, and like I told you at Catbackers the other night, you always want one really tough team the first 2 games. Well, we got 2, and so let's see how we do next week.
All right, Coach, congratulations tonight. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, thanks a lot.
So, Coach Jeff Raints joining us here on the postgame show, brought to you by ACN representative Pete Treby. Well, good grief, this has been like the longest night in probably the history of high school football broadcasting. As the Cats win tonight, 39-17 over Sandwich. Good win tonight. Head over to Coal City next week.
Over to Coal City next week, and we'll see if we can get one more and get off to a good start this year.
All right, we'll wrap things up tonight. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. The Cats go to 1-0. 39-17 is the win for Wilmington. We'll see you next week, next Friday night from Coal City. Kick things off at 7:15 with our pregame show brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. You've been listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.